190 pounds. He's a big kid, likes to run downhill, and they're going to be trying to feed him the ball all night, test the middle of this Maverick defense.
Yeah, Qualls is the one. He's had two older brothers who are actually quarterbacks for Heritage, so it's a pretty good football family going there. But you're right. That's going to be a key for this defense for Southside. It'll be a big challenge because you're right. They want to run the football. Now, their quarterback, Trey Kitterman, played last year, the second-year starter, and they basically try to work from they'll run the ball, but it's actually from a spread formation.
Oh, yeah, and that makes it. And Kitterman can run the ball, too. I mean, he accounted for 1,200 yards last year, both in the air and on the ground, so they will run the option with him. And it does make it tricky on your defense. You got to keep your eyes in the backfield, watch the ball closely, see where it's going. Because, I mean, as you mentioned, Tony Travis, Daryl Patton disciple, so they got that spread offense. They'll try to get you looking one way and then go the other way. So defense is going to definitely have to play disciplined football tonight.
On the defensive side of the ball for Heritage tonight, it's been a struggle just like it has for the Mavericks. They gave up 31 points their first ball game to Little Rock Central, followed up by 44 last week against Russellville. The Russellville game, the defending 6A state champs, according to Travis, they had a chance to win that ball game right at the half. They were held on 4th and 1 on the 1 yard line. They were held, took away the momentum, really got nothing going in the second half, but played them tough the first half. So they're coming in tonight with a bit of confidence.
Yeah, and I mean, they're kind of, like you mentioned, they've been a second-half football team, but they had a good chance to stay in the game, just kind of let it get away from them in the second half. And, they've got a guy, Ty Grazer, who's the cornerback's leading their team with 14 tackles. And this is a guy who played tailback, actually, last year. They moved him over to the defensive side of the ball, and he's been a stud over there. And then they've got another guy on the line, Giovanni Hernandez, the senior. This is another big kid, 5'11", almost 200 pounds. Definitely Mavericks are going to have to account for on offense.
But back to tonight's kickoff after this. It's the Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
Tyler Wilson here for Crabtree RV in Alma. Football season is here, and whether you're tailgating with the Razorbacks or enjoying the great outdoors, Crabtree can help you experience the natural state. Our giant indoor showroom makes shopping enjoyable with hundreds to choose from. You're sure to find the right RV for any budget. Like the 2018 KZ Sportsman fifth wheel starting at $245 a month, or the 2018 Coachman Freedom Express as low as $210 a month. We're behind the Cracker Barrel in Alma, Crabtree RV, where your family's dreams come true.
South 28 Boutique is your source for local and authentic labels such as the complete Lauren James collection, Southern Tide, and Rustic Cuff. They offer tailgating hogwear for the entire family and menswear. Join their VIP texting to earn points for savings on the labels you love. And teachers always get 10% off the total purchase price. Download the South 28 app and save 20% off any one item with free shipping. Located at 418 North Plaza Drive, Van Buren. Call or text 719-2019.
First National Bank of Fort Smith has been committed to the community and their customers for a very long time. In fact, since 1872. You might say a few things have changed since then, but a couple of things at First National Bank have remained the same for the last 145 years. First National Bank is still locally owned with local decisions, so they know that their commitment continues. They're proud of the past and excited about the future. First National Bank of Fort Smith. Member FDIC.
Get excited about the most important meal of the day at the Egg and I restaurant. The Egg and I serves up delicious, fresh, cooked-to-order breakfast, brunch, and lunch entrees, all in a friendly, clean atmosphere. You'll love their healthy choices and fresh juices so much you'll want to sign up for the Egg Club loyalty card to earn free meals and coupons, or plan your next meeting in their meeting room. So now that you're egg-cited, make plans to visit the Egg and I restaurant at 3801 Planters Road. Call 242-3447. Open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 2:30 p.m.
Your home for Fort Smith Southside football is Spirit 106.3 KZKZ Greenwood, Fort Smith. It's time to cheer because kickoff is near. Fort Smith Southside Maverick football is on the air. And now, here's your announcers for tonight's game. The voices of the Fort Smith Southside Mavericks, Bull Loftus and Keith Evans.
Welcome back out to Jim Rowland Stadium, just about ready for kickoff. Remember, tonight's game is brought to you in part by Crane Hyundai in Fort Smith. Ask about the Crane 100 available now at Crane Hyundai, 3600 South Zero, Fort Smith. Bo, it's the toss was won by Heritage. They deferred to the second half, so Southside will get the ball to start. need to get something going quickly if we can and get some points.
Yeah, I like that we're getting the ball first, actually, because it gives the strength of our team, I think, on offense, Tay Gatewood and Ricardo Savoy, we get something going with them early, get some confidence built. Defense gets to start the game, sitting over on the sideline watching, and nothing lessens the chance something can go wrong right out of the gate. I hate to say it like that, but we've seen what's happened the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, and the thing is, too, that's one thing we have to talk about. Field position really hasn't been a factor in the 2 ball games for Southside. You look at the punter, Adam Puckett, we talked about this in the coaches show. He's done a great job this year. Almost every possession has been inside the 30 of the opponent, their own 30-yard line, so you can't ask him more than that. And, he's doing his job right there, but hopefully we won't see much of him tonight.
Hopefully not. He has done a great job. The opponents have had very long fields most of the time, and hopefully he's recovering from that hard hit he took in the end zone last week. That was never got really a ruling on why that wasn't roughing the kicker.
It was a tipped ball. The ball was actually tipped, and I guess your fair game wants it.
Well, I guess so.
It was a very strange play. It was very strange. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
But, I really look for Southside tonight offensively to really try to stretch the field. I think you're going to see Solomon and even Jackson having big ball games tonight.
I agree. I think that those are a couple of guys they really need to lean on, need to get going. They've shown some flashes of greatness over the past couple of weeks, so especially Tyrese. And, that's a really exciting player to watch. And you combine him with Gatewood, I think you got a good duo right there.
Yeah, and I think Gatewood, he seems to be getting better every week. Now, last week, things didn't go the way they wanted it to. They were a bit slow getting out of the gate, had a couple of turnovers, but really the turnovers were a non-factor in the ball game. The game was pretty much decided when they happened, so he did really a pretty good job of taking care of the football and making some good decisions. And, we love that play where you do the fake, where you read, and then he finds his hole. It's like having 2 running backs back there.
Oh, yeah. He can make a decision, see what the defense is giving them, and either give the ball or keep it. Yeah, they found some success with that, and they found a lot of success, really, with their split guys running the slants over the middle. It seems like the middle of the field has been open for them a lot, and so I bet we'll see them go to that some tonight. Yeah,
the thing last week, though, they a couple of drop passes. They had a couple of touchdown opportunities. You had drop passes on those, but, it's exciting watching these guys get them in the open field. I think this is a game tonight, too. I think you're going to get some good matchups against Rogers. I don't think they're going to be out. They talked about when they play Lawrence Central, they couldn't really match the speed of Central. Well, they haven't seen anything till tonight. Kicking off for Heritage will be Wilmer Aru. Will be your kicker. He's got a very good number. He's number 99 for Aru.
99. And he's a big old boy, too. Looks like he's got some leg.
And back deep for Southside will be Ricardo Savoy along with Mason Love. They'll stand at their own 3-yard line as Aru tees the ball up on the right hash mark. Just about ready for football. Let's get it going here as Aru looks over the formation. Now he approaches the football, and we're underway. Here's the kick. It's going to come to Savoy at the 4-yard line. He crosses the 10. He's at the 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Crosses the 40 up to the 42-yard line. Good return by Ricardo Savoy. He's pulled down by Tyler Gracer over there at the 42-yard line. And, Bo, that's a good start for the Mavs.
Excellent wedge blocking there by the Mavs. Savoy caught that ball, and he had about 20 yards of open field in front of him. No white jerseys anywhere in the picture, and able to get a really good return.
They'll spot the ball right at the 42 on the left hash mark for Southside. They'll go 2 receivers split wide side of the field. 1 on the short side of the field. That's Jackson. Savoy in the backfield along with Cole Altus. Here's the handoff to Savoy off the left side, crosses the 45, gets up to the 47-yard line where he's brought down the plus DeAndre Mendez making the tackle for the War Eagles and bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 5 for the Mavericks.
Just a nice little off tackle to the left. A lot of push by the left side of that offensive line. That's how you like to start right there with a gain of 5 yards.
Yeah, puts you in a very good position, 2nd down, 2nd and 5 for Southside as Gatewood looks over the defense, calls out signals. It's a 4-3 defense for the War Eagles. Here's a handoff to Savoy off the left side, crosses midfield, gets inside Heritage territory down to the Heritage 42-yard line. Nice gain on 2nd down, but 1st and 10 Mavericks.
Another big hole to run through, and only first guy got to him, he broke the tackle. It was an arm tackle, and he just ran straight through it. So good job by the offensive line.
Southside sets up again, strong left formation. Now they bring Cole Altus to the right in motion. Gatewood wants to throw a quick slant pass complete. That is Jackson crosses the 40, gets inside the 40, fumbles the football, but Southside jumps back on it to the 37-yard line. They averted disaster right there, Bo, getting the ball back. That was big number 68, I believe, for Southside, getting the recovery. That's Jonathan Humphrey on recovery for the Mavericks. Bring up second down. And, Bo, I like that. You run the ball, you get the defense maybe creeping up a step, you try to get Jackson one-on-one, he gets out there, gets a nice gain on first down, second down, second four. Gatewood calls out signals, takes a snap. Here's a handoff to Savoy, who's hitting the backfield, will fall forward, maybe back to the line of scrimmage. A very slow developing play for Southside. Making the play defensively is Giovanni Hernandez. We'll bring up third down, 3rd and 5. Well, that looked like a play where I'm not sure if Gatewood didn't want to keep the football.
Yeah, I don't know if the timing was off or something was wrong there, but it did kind of look like they were fighting over the football right there. Who was going to take it?
Again, third down, 3rd and 5 for Southside. Started this drive on their own 42-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 5 from the Heritage 37-yard line. Gatewood calls signals, man in motion. That's Cole Altus. Here's a snap to Gatewood. Gatewood throws a swing pass out complete to Savoy. He is hit. He's going to be dropped at the 38-yard line. Nice defensive play by Zach Gall over there off the corner. He'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage. And, well, that was an interesting call right there. Just a quick swing pass out to Savoy. Looked like maybe a screen, but no blockers.
No, there wasn't anybody out there, and Gall read it perfectly, and he closed extremely quickly on that. And this is a guy who's played wide receiver, and they got him playing cornerback right now. And he just read the play perfectly.
The one thing I have noticed about this Heritage defense, they seem to do a very good job. And now we've got a penalty on the play. A big penalty right here will move the ball down to the 34-yard line. Didn't see what the flag was, but let's see if maybe it may have been an offsides on Heritage. They'll make it 3rd down, 3rd and 2. Well, that changes things.
Yeah, it makes it a lot easier. That's a big play for the Mavs. I say play. Good break for the Mavs.
Yeah, a good break because instead of 4th and 6, now you've got 3rd and 2. As Gatewood calls out signals, Altus comes in motion. Here's a snap, here's a handoff to Savoy. He crosses the 30, inside the 30, down to the Heritage 24-yard line. We'll have a Southside first down. Bo, I'm very impressed with the running that Savoy, there's no contact until 2 or 3 yards down the field.
Yeah, and then the first guy, he usually kind of runs right through the tackle. So you got to be impressed with him right now. And I like the play calling. I like running straight up the middle, not trying to do anything fancy, just firing off and beating them.
Gatewood takes a snap, a quick swing pass out complete to Tyrese Solomon. We'll get inside the 20-yard line, right at the 20-yard line. We'll gain 4 on the play, brings up second down, 2nd and 6 for the Mavs. But the thing about that play is, I know why they run that. It's because it's the short side of the field. You get the ball out there quick. But well, if you could throw that maybe in the slot or something on the other side of the field, and turn that speed on. 2nd down, 2nd, 4. They go the same play, complete to Jackson, cuts inside, will be hit at about the 17-yard line. Again, that was Zach Gall making the play for the Heritage defense. Will bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 4 for the Mavs.
And that was the same play I think they ran a couple plays ago, but this time they did have the blockers out there. And I don't know if someone missed an assignment a while ago or what, but even though the blockers were out there, it was a good job by the Heritage D.
Yeah, they'll spot the ball on the 17-yard line, be 3rd down, 3rd and 3 for the Mavs. Against the boys, you're one back in the backfield. Cole Altus is your combination fullback tight end, sits up on the right side. Now they bring a man in motion. That's Solomon. Here's a handoff to Savoy. Savoy gets inside inside the 10, down to the 8-yard line. We'll have a first down. Bo, I'm liking Savoy. He's running, got those legs moving.
He's running north and south, and he's not letting the first man bring him down. So you gotta love the way he's running. And we've seen him run tough like this. He has a few great runs in the Heritage game, and he was running tough last week, just wasn't able to get any openings, but he's got them tonight.
Be first and goal for the Mavs at the 8-yard line of Heritage. They go trip set wide side of the field with Altus along with Solomon and Mason Love. Now they bring Altus in motion in the backfield. Here's a snap, a quick pitch out to Savoy. He's going to be hit at the 5. Nice form tackle over there for Heritage, making the play defensively. Is Joseph Nunley makes the play at the 5-yard line. Bo, that was really more of a pass. That was a forward pass.
It was a forward pitch to the left side. But, yeah, you're right. It was a good form tackle. You got to give a Heritage defender credit on that. Savoy had one man to make miss, and he couldn't make it miss that time. Now,
so many drive for the Mavs. We've got 7:30 to go here in the first quarter. This will be the 11th play of the drive that started at their own 42-yard line. As Gatewood calls out signals, has Savoy to his right, takes a snap. keeps the ball up the middle, cuts back inside, will fall forward, gets down to about the 2-yard line, will bring up 3rd and goal for 2 for Southside.
Down near the 2-yard line.
And Gatewood did what he wanted to that time. He kept the ball, and I think he had the defense thinking he was going to hand it off to Savoy. He was able to tuck it and get a couple out of it.
Yeah, Mike Johnson will check in for Southside as an extra blocking back. Johnson, a young sophomore that came well this year. They'll go with backs on either side with Aldous along with Johnson. You've got Gatewood in the backfield. Gatewood will keep it this time. Looks for an opening. Touchdown, Southside.
It was an interesting formation. They took Savoy out and kind of ran a bit of the Wildcat. You kind of knew what was coming. I think you knew Jack Gatewood was going to run it in, but they just couldn't stop it.
I believe that might have been a play they worked on in practice this week. You saw Leighton Johnson. I think that's the first action he's had this year. Really got a good block off that corner, and now they'll come in and go with the extra point. They line up. They get that unbalanced line when they come up for the extra point, and if you don't react to it, they'll go for 2. But this time they'll go back and try to attempt the extra point with Colton Robles on the attempt. The ball is down. Your kick is up, and it's blocked. Blocked on the play coming off the right side that time was Ty Gracer. He gets the block. Southside leads 6-0. 6:43 to go here. Get back to Maverick kickoff after this. This is Southside Maverick football. Spirit 106.3.
If you recognize that sound, you'll love what you hear next. There's a new bow pro shop available in Van Buren, Pinpoint Archery. Pinpoint Archery is where you can get your shot together. Get professional help ranging from sight string installation to refletching your favorite arrows. Find arrows, bows, and accessories, targets, free advice, indoor shooting range, and more. Visit pinpointarchery.com for additional information or stop by 604 South 4th Street in Van Buren. But hurry, because archery season starts soon.
Welcome back. That was a 12-play, 58-yard drive for a score. A 2-yard touchdown run by Tay Gatewood. Extra point was blocked, and Bo, that was almost 6 minutes off the clock. In the opener, we talked about a good offense can really help your defense. We saw it right there.
Yeah, that's exactly what they need to do. And here we are, only 6 minutes left in the first quarter, 6 minutes 43. Defense hasn't even stepped on the field, so that's really good.
Ty Gracer back to return it. He was the one that had the block over there. The ball's going to come down to him at the 9-yard line. He crosses the 10. He's at the 15. Crosses the 20. He's hit at the 20. Will fall forward to about the 23-yard line, making the play defensively for Southside is Cameron Belcher. Belcher not only plays middle linebacker, the coach talked about him this week. He's doing a very good job of trying to get everybody in position. He's really kind of taking that responsibility, and when you have the struggles this defense has, you need those guys stepping up.
Yeah, you need someone to be a leader, someone to take responsibility, that knows really how the defense is supposed to react as a whole, can get everybody in the right position, and kind of read what the offense is going to do. It really helps to have a guy like that, a quarterback on the defensive side of the ball.
And setting up at quarterback will be Dylan Qualls, a bit of a surprise as he's your running back. Works out of the pistol formation, that's Kitterman in there. Is going to keep the ball. Is hit in the backfield. Will lose 3 yards on the play. Brings up second down, 2nd and 13. And you can't get much of a better start than that.
Absolutely. That's what we've been looking for out of this defense. And we mentioned how good of a runner Kitterman was. Well, he didn't get a chance there because you had 3 Maverick defenders right on him basically as soon as he caught the ball.
I was a bit surprised. That was 16 at quarterback. 15 was not even in the. He's in the game now. They've got Dylan Qualls back there. Works from the tailback position as Kitterman calls out signals. Looks to the sidelines to get the signal as the offensive coordinator signals in the play. We're down to 6 seconds on the play clock as Kitterman waits on the snap. Gets the snap. He wants to throw the football. Looks down the field, throws the ball complete. Boy, he is hit hard over there.
Well, you just mentioned his name, Cameron Belcher, and he made a big play there. The receiver was able to hang on to the ball, but just barely. I mean, he got smacked right then by Cameron Belcher.
Yeah, that was Belcher along with Sam Wynn making the play for the Southside defense. Brings up 3rd down, 3rd and 6. Bo, this is a very big play. This is something else. We didn't have a lot of opportunities on 3rd down to get off the field. They've got one right here. As Kitterman looks to the sideline, gets the signals. 3rd and 6 for Heritage. 14 on the play clock. They'll go 2 receivers split either side of the field, one back in the backfield. That's Qualls. As Kitterman steps back away from the play, brings Qualls up for blocking purposes. Here's a snap to Kitterman. Here comes the pressure. Tucker misses him. Here's a deep pass down the middle of the field. It's going to be complete inside the south side 35-yard line. Making the catch is Jay De La Rosa inside the south side. He'll be down the south side 32-yard line. And Bo, what happened on that play? They came with the blitz. Tucker came off the outside, just overran the play.
Yeah, he did. Had a chance to get to him, and De La Rosa was just streaking down the sideline, was able to outrun the corner. You know, Maverick defender was able to gain some ground while the ball was in the air, just one step too short and not able to break up the pass play.
It's a 45-yard play, and the frustrating thing, again, 3rd and 6 on the play. It'll be 1st and 10 for the War Eagles at the south side 32-yard line. Here's a snap, too. Kickerman hands the ball off, balls off the left side. No, he keeps it. Crosses down inside the 25, down to the south side 24. Got a little shoving going on the side there. Going to be a flag.
Well, that's...
I'm not got caught.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to call the young man's name, but you really can't be pushing and shoving, and they're always going to catch the second guy. I mean, when your defense is struggling like it is, that's the kind of stuff you just can't have.
Yeah, that was a fairly easy call. It could have gone either way, but they saw the last one, and the last one was on the south side. It will be a personal foul, and a little bit surprised that I'd almost pull him out of the game.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised about that, too. He's going to get an earful at some point, I promise you.
Well, you can't. You're right, though. When your team's struggling like that defensively, you just can't give them 15 yards. That's exactly what happened right there. They'll spot the ball at the south side 12-yard line, and be 1st and 10 for the War Eagles. Had a big play. Here's they hit a 45-yard pass from the quarterback Trey Kitterman to Jay De La Rosa. They'll go this time with a fullback along with one back in the backfield. That's Qualls. Here's a handoff to Qualls off the left side. It's going to be hit and dropped in the backfield. Great job defensively for the Mavs. Leading the charge back there is Hebert Ulrich. Makes a play from his outside linebacker spot.
We mentioned tackling in space earlier, and that was an excellent example of it. Just play coming to the near side of the field, and just a chance to make a huge play for a stop, and Ulrich was able to make the play, so excellent job by him breaking down and making the tackle.
They'll bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 13 for the War Eagles. They'll go 2 receivers split out to the wide side of the field, 1 receiver on the short side, 2 backs to the backfield. Really, it's a pretty similar formation that Southside runs. They go with a fullback tailback. Here's a roll to the right by Kitterman, looks down the field, now looks across the field, throws the ball in the end zone. Misses his open receiver over there. The ball intended again for De La Rosa. The ball goes incomplete. Brings up 3rd down, 3rd, 13 again. Another 3rd down situation.
You got to get off the field right here. Had De La Rosa open right there, it would have been a tough throw and catch. Both of them, they were kind of running stride for stride with each other as Kitterman was rolling out, but overthrew him just a little bit. And here we are at 3rd and 12, 13 yards. We got to make a stop right here to force them into a field goal try.
Yeah, big play for the Maverick defense again. They'll go this time with the trench set wide side of the field, one back in the backfield. That's Qualls as Kitterman waits on the snap. Now looks to the sideline to get the play. There is 6 seconds on the play clock. It'll be 3rd and 13, and we're going to have a timeout. With that timeout, we'll take 1-2. It's the Southside Maverick football, Spirit 106.3.
All offers with approved credit. See dealer for details. Hey, old Rock and Randola here. Crane Hyundai on Zero Street in Fort Smith. And you know what Crane Hyundai on Zero Street has that the other dealers don't have? The Crane Commitment. That's right. 100,000-mile warranty on every new and pre-owned vehicle sold. It's 100% low price guarantee and a 100-hour love it or leave it exchange policy. And Hyundai Assurance. Plus, Crane Hyundai lets you shop over 1,500 pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. If you're even thinking about a vehicle, you need to think Crane Hyundai Zero Street in Fort Smith.
A largemouth bass tearing at your bait, mallard circling above, dawn breaking through your tree stand. It's the outdoors that you love. Tackle boxes, hunting and fishing gear for what you love to do. The adventure starts at the tackle box for sportsmen just like you.
For all of your hunting and fishing needs, head to the Tackle Box, 3001 South Zero Street, Fort Smith. Call the Tackle Box today at 646-3193.
Welcome back. We've got 3:18 to go here in the first quarter. Southside leads 6-zip. It will be 3rd down, 3rd and 13 for Heritage. The ball's on the southside 15-yard line. And Bo, that was a big play by Heber and Ulrich to get the play in the backfield to make this 3rd and 13.
Yeah, you know they're going to try to get to the end zone on this play, so you know what you got to do.
Pyramid takes a snap. He looks to throw the ball. Has all bad throw. He's hitting the backfield. Is going to be tackled and gets the ball away to Qualls, who will be hit at the 11-yard line. Good play by the Southside defense, lead the charge defense. That's Sam Wynn. Wynn's been very active early tonight.
Yeah, excellent job. Wynn coming on a blitz there and was blocked initially and just stayed with it. Kitterman was running around there and able to latch on. And Kitterman, he's just such a big, strong guy. He was still able to get the ball away with Sam Wynn hanging all over him.
They'll try a field goal here as they bring Peru into the 10th field goal. This will be a 27-yard field goal. Ball will be set just to the left, just to the right of the left hash mark. The ball is down. Your kick is up. Your kick is good. 2:34 to go here in the first quarter. Southside leads 6-3. Be back with Heritage kickoff after this. Southside Maverick football, Spirit 106.3.
Tonight's Southside Maverick football game is being brought to you in part by La Huerta Grill. La Huerta serves the best Mexican food anywhere. Enjoy mouth-watering fajitas with all the fixins for just $7.99. La Huerta Grill's lunch specials are perfect if you're in a hurry. Only $3.99 for the Speedy Gonzales. Open Saturday through Thursday 11 to 9, Fridays 11 to 10. La Huerta Grill, located on the corner of Old Greenwood Road and South Gary, a proud sponsor of Southside Maverick football.
Welcome back to Jim Rowland Stadium. Oh, that was a victory for the Southside defense. They had the big pass play at 45 yards on third down that set up Heritage, but the defense stood strong, got a stop, forced a field goal.
Other than the long pass and the personal foul, that's really the only way Harbor was able to, Heritage was able to
bring those guys back.
Goodness gracious, no. That was the only way they were able to move the ball. So, yeah, I think it was an excellent job. Both running and pass defense there by the Mavs.
Homer Aru will kick off for Heritage back deep for Southside. Mason Love along with Ricardo Savoy. Aru approaches the football. Here's your kick. It's a high, deep kick going to come down to Savoy at the 3-yard line. He crosses the 10, 15. He's at the 20. At the 25 is going to be hit and dropped at about the 28-yard line. Again, another good return by Ricardo Savoy. It will be a Southside. Fairly good field position at their own 28-yard line.
Yeah, but Savoy continues to run tough, both on offense and on special teams. I mean, this guy, he plays hard. This is the kind of kid you love having on your football team.
Yeah, Bo, we saw the last drive, a 12-play drive for Southside to get points, and it's one of those things. It's a fairly hot night tonight. Get a couple of good drives here, and you can control that line of scrimmage.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you kind of want to do here what they've been, other teams have done to us. Keep their defense on the field. Let's wear them out, tire them out, and then things start opening up later in the game.
Brendan Ulrich checks into the backfield for Southside. Here's a snap, hand drop to Ulrich, crosses the 30-yard line. Will be hit there and falls right at the 30-yard line. He's brought down to play, make the play for Heritage is Nick Lastabocchio.
And you saw there, I mean, there was a hole just for a moment, and then it gets closed quickly. So you got to give the War Eagles credit on defense right there for playing pretty good on the line of scrimmage.
Well, I talked to Coach about this. They have Ulrich in the backfield. I think that's his natural position is the running back. He seems to be a lot more comfortable back there. Here's a handoff again to Ulrich, crosses the 30-yard line. We'll get up to about the Southside 34-yard line, brings that third down, 3rd and 4 for the Mavericks.
Here's a big play, 3rd down right here. A long 4 yards. We got to stay on the field to see what Coach has dialed up to convert this 3rd down.
We're seeing it in the game early tonight. Dylan White gets some playing time. We haven't really seen a lot of White early in the season. Oh, good to see him out there as they go trip set to the short side of the field. One receiver on the wide side of the field. As Gatewood looks aside to get the play from the coaches, we're down to 7 seconds on the play clock. Gatewood waits on the snap. Here's the snap. Here's the handoff to Ulrich. We'll get inside. We'll have a Southside first down as he crosses the 40-yard line. Oh, he's doing a good job of finding those holes. We're seeing a little bit of action going on there. Southside's going to have to be careful. Heritage is getting that extra pop in, but then Southside is coming back trying to get a pop in, and it's a little more obvious.
Yeah, they're retaliating. So you got to make sure everything happens between the whistles. And like we mentioned earlier, they always get the second guy. So be careful, play smart. You got a good drive working right here. Let's not mess it up. And you mentioned Ulrich. He's running very well. He was able to find a little crease right there and split some defenders. So I like how he's running as well.
Gatewood takes a snap. It's a quick slant pass out to Tyrese Solomon. Gets away from the initial defender, crosses the 40-yard line. We'll get up to about the 43-yard line. Gain of 2 on the play. Bo, they're seeing something there. They're trying to run these quick swing passes on the side. I'd really kind of like to see this, try to find that matchup where that safety's not there, and let's get that one-on-one matchup, go vertical.
Well, what you hope to do on a play like that is you throw that swing pass a couple of times, then you do an out and up and get that cornerback sleeping and run right by him.
He stuck it down 2nd and 8 for Southside. Ulrich still in the backfield. Now they bring a man motion. Now Solomon, here's Ulrich on the handoff, crosses the 45, he's at the 50, at the 45. Drags the defender forward down inside the 45 down to the 42-yard line. That's Trey Kitterman, the linebacker. You know that there's not a lot of depth when your quarterback has to be a linebacker.
No, there's not. That's never a good situation. But we mentioned how big he is. I mean, he's the biggest kid on that side of the ball. When your quarterback's your biggest defender, that's something weird, crazy too.
Here's a swing pass out to Solomon. He's at the 35-yard line down to the 34-yard line. Fumbles the ball out of bounds. That'll be into the first quarter. At the end of one quarter, Southside leads 6-3. Be back at the start of the second quarter after this. It's Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
Hello, radio listener. Are you enjoying the football game tonight? How would you like to be sitting in the warm, relaxing, and highly beneficial swirling waters of your own hot spring spa? A spa can be both relaxing and fun, and a great end to an exhilarating football game. So hurry into Burton Pools and Spas at 6121 South Zero to check out the great deals on pools and spas. Burton Pools and Spas. Let them show you how to get your feet wet without getting in over your head.
Now is the time to schedule your vehicle's annual fall checkup with W&W Automotive. From oil changes to cooling systems, brakes, hoses, and more, let Mark Wakefield and the boys at W&W Automotive get your vehicle ready for the daily routine of back-to-school driving. Drop by the corner of Towson Avenue and South O in Fort Smith, or call 242-1600. W&W Automotive, a bumper-to-bumper certified shop.
Hey, remember tonight's game is brought to you in part by Crane Hyundai, Fort Smith. Outstanding service before, during, and after the sale. It's Crane Hyundai, 3600 South Zero, Fort Smith. Bo, a good drive again here for the Mavs. Their second drive of the night. They've had the ball this second possession of the night, I should say. A good drive going here. And what's been interesting has been the fact that it's been the running that's been the difference.
Yeah, we kind of expected Gabe Wood to be throwing it all over the field with Tyrese Solomon and Jordan Jackson, but they've just been able to run it right up the middle.
Gatewood takes a snap, wants to throw the ball, looks down the field, has all day to throw the ball, now throws the ball over the middle, has an open receiver, it's going to be tipped away, and luckily for Southside, that was Ty Gracer on the play. Luckily the ball wasn't intercepted.
Yeah, Gracer made a really good break on the ball, and the ball just hung up in the air too long. It's one of those, you don't want to throw to the middle of the field after you've stood in the pocket for so long. It's such a dangerous pass, gives the defense time to get over there and make a play, and luckily, we were able to avoid disaster on that one.
I'll bring up third down, 3rd and 3 for Southside. I like the call, though. I like
the idea.
You're really 2 down territory here. Excuse me, 4 down territory. Ulrich still in the backfield for Southside. Altus comes in motion, strong right this time. As Gatewood wants to throw, rolls, they take away the pass he wanted to get, throws the ball over the middle, complete. That's Mason Love inside the 25-yard line down to the 23-yard line. Bo, he wanted to go with a quick swing pass out to Jordan Jackson. They had that covered. They found the open receiver, Mason Love, over the middle. What you were talking about was there right then. If it's a quick slant like that, he takes off down the field, he's wide open.
Yeah, and give credit to Mason Love. He fumbled the ball a little bit, was able to remain focused, concentrate, and reel it in. And good job by Gatewood going to a second option there.
Again, 1st and 10 Southside at the 22-yard line. Now we've got a flag on the play. This is from the back judge. It's going to be a procedure penalty on Southside. I think it might have been the guard may have moved or something on that.
No, it wasn't the guard. Don't call out the guard. That's what I used to play.
Center?
No. I played center of the bench. It was a guard the water. That was me.
Well, they've got listed on here for Heritage. They list everybody's managers in H2O like the Water Boys, so we've got it all going here tonight.
H2O managers, that's an important job.
That's right. Again, 1st and 10 Southside. 1st and 15. Here's a handoff off the left side to Brendan Ulrich. Cuts inside the 20, cuts back down to get inside the 20, down to the 18-yard line, where he's tripped up there by Devin Holman, makes the play. A nice run. I'm liking what I'm seeing. This is what I talked about. You've got a nice combination here with Savoy along with Ulrich.
Yeah, I think Ulrich's just been waiting for his opportunity. He's running well out there, and he's a shifty guy. Savoy's kind of your stronger, tougher runner, and Ulrich is he's hard. He's so shifty. He's hard to hard to get a beat on him.
Southside will check Savoy in the ball game now. Here's a snap. It's a pass. Gateway wants to throw it, throws it out complete to Tyree Solomon. Makes a nice move inside the 20 down to about the 15-yard line. We'll bring it third down, 3rd and 2. I think they're setting up something here because they keep wanting to throw. That was more of an inside slant type play, but I think they're really wanting to try to work the field a little bit, but maybe it's not there.
Well, and at least I think they're trying to keep the defensive guessing because they're going to both sides of the field. I mean, that was a play that looked like everything was going to the left. You had Gatewood looking to the left. All of a sudden he turns around and throws it back to the right flat. So just kind of some misdirection, and hopefully, it'll pay off later on. You get the defense looking one way, and then you're going the other.
Third down, 3-4 Southside as Altus goes in motion from left to right. Here's a handoff to Savoy. Cuts it back inside. He's going to have a first down inside the 10. Will be hit at the 10 and dropped at the 9-yard line. Making the play is Devin Coleman. One thing I will say about this Heritage team, defensively, these kids are good tackles.
Yeah, they are. You're not seeing too many missed tackles, and you got to give them some credit. They're getting, we're marching down the field on them, but they're eliminating all the big plays.
Southside offensive line doing a great job. That was a nice hold there for Savoy, but both Savoy and Ulrich have done a good job of making that first man miss, getting positive yardage. First and goal for Southside at the 9-yard line. Gatewood takes a snap, hands off to Savoy. We'll cut it back inside. We'll get down inside the 5, maybe to the 4-yard line, brings up second goal for 4.
One thing I really like is we have the motion penalty, and you hate when something like that happens, but so many times we've seen the Southside offensive team get in a hole like that and not been able to overcome it. And here they were able to, get down 1st and 15, able to pick up the 15 yards. So you really like that out of this team.
Yeah, nice combination as they bring Ulrich back in at tailback. He'll be back there against strong right. Cole Altus flanked on the right side. Here's a handoff to Ulrich. Ulrich goes down the goal line. Touchdown, Southside.
There's no question about that. I mean, you just this looks like a totally new offensive line. You got to give them all the credit in the world. They fired off. I mean, it was a wedge about 3 yards deep, and I don't think anybody touched Ulrich until the actual goal line. And he just kind of sauntered on in there, so I mean, it was a no-doubter. So you love seeing that right now out of this offensive line. Take control of this game.
Again, Southside lines up in an unmanned formation. They go for 2 here with the score 12-3, and it's a keeper by Gatewood. Is going to get in the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Southside now leads 14-3. Be back with the Maverick kickoff after this. This is Southside Maverick football. Spirit 106.3.
Floyd Trailer Honda at 3200 South Zero Street in Fort Smith has been serving the River Valley for decades. A quality product and a commitment to customer service is what keeps people coming back. And Floyd Trailer Honda is a proud supporter of Fort Smith Southside Athletics. Stop in today and see the new Hondas arriving daily at Floyd Trailer Honda, 3200 South Zero Street, Fort Smith. Visit them online at trailerhonda.net.
Go back to Jim Rowland Stadium. There was a 12-play, 72-yard drive culminating with a 4-yard touchdown run by Brendan Ulrich. And they were able to run the football at will. Both drives so far, they've had 2 12-play drives, 24 plays here in the ball game, 8:47 to go, and that's going to wear down this Heritage defense.
Absolutely. Here we are halfway through the second quarter looking at halftime, and, they've only had the ball one time. You just can't beat that.
Connor Robles will kick off for the Mavs. He approaches the football. Here's his kick. He will come down inside the 10-yard line. That is Ty Gracer on the return. He fumbles the ball, still fumbles it, picks it up at the 7-yard line. He'll try to get outside. Here comes the pursuit. He crosses the 15-yard line. Will be hit, driven out of bounds. Nice deep play force outside. Again, special teams step up. That was Jalen Coleman making the play for the Southside defense. And the thing that scares you about that kick like that, he fumbled it, but you can over-pursue, but special teams did a great job.
You're right. That's just what I was about to say. It's one of those where the guy spends so much time back there with the ball, he's not where you expect him to be when you get down there. And he was almost able to kind of get over here to the near side, but luckily the Maverick pursuit was there and able to stop him at the 23-yard line.
Heritage will have the ball on their own 23-yard line. They trail 14-3. Doc Hitterman still your quarterback. He has Dylan Qualls in the backfield now. He's going to take a timeout. With that timeout, we'll take one, too. Just the Southside Maverick football. Spirit 106.3.
Hey Maverick fans, this is Ethan Gamble, your local State Farm agent. Every team knows that the two-point play can be a winning move. That's why at my State Farm agency, my team and I are here to help you go for two by combining your home and auto insurance. It's a great call that saves you time and money. So go for the win and score savings by combining your home and auto. It's just another way we're here to help life go right. Call me at 479-783-2588 today.
What's your favorite thing about Repeat's Place?
Catfish on Fridays.
I definitely come for the pie. The pie's my favorite thing.
Meatloaf, pinto beans, mashed potatoes and gravy, and the cornbread is phenomenal.
Great food, great friends, good times at Repeat's Place.
I told them, I said, if I had one last meal and I was on death row, I would have them cater that meal to me. It would be my choice.
7830 Highway 71 South, open daily Monday through Saturday for lunch and dinner.
Welcome back. We've got 8:30 down to go here in the second quarter. Southside leads Rogers Heritage 14-3. It'll be 1st and 10 for the War Eagles at the 23-yard line. A very unusual timeout taken by Ty Kitterman. Haven't even run a play yet. He takes a snap. He hands the ball off to Qualls off the left side. Qualls gets outside, crosses the 30-yard line, will be hit and dropped at about the 32-yard line. Mason Gregory over there for Southside, along with Bennett Rondell, makes a play for the defense. And both look like they had him pinned in. He gets outside, gets a nice gain.
Yeah, there you see the strength and speed of Qualls, able to pick up 9 yards, and I think that's about what he's averaged on the year. He's a tough kid to bring down.
Big kid. I mean, that's your linebackers as your quarterback and your tailback. As Kitterman calls out signals, now looks to the sideline. They've got a trip set up on the short side of the field. They're down to 5 on the play clock. Kitterman takes a snap, hands the ball off to Qualls again. He's hit. Will get close to the first down. May have the first down with his last surge.
He had a couple of Mavericks had a chance to stop him and just sandwiched him, but man, that guy's so strong. He just kept those legs churning and was able to get across the line of game.
Yeah, it will be a first down. That was Martez Gaston on the bottom of the pile for the Southside defense. It'll be 1st and 10 at the Heritage 34-yard line. And I'll say this about the Heritage. You know, we talk about they run a spread offense, but they're in no hurry to run a play. Every time they let the play clock get down under 10 seconds, as Kitterman calls out signals, takes a snap, he wants to throw the ball, looks down the field, throws the ball, it's going to be complete at the 40-yard line. I believe that's Glacier over there. No, excuse me, that is Brendan Collins on the catch at the 39-yard line. Will be a gain of 5 on the play, brings them second down, second and 5 for the War Eagles.
Yeah, they really like to see what the Mavericks are going to do on defense before they send in the play. And it's kind of gotten them into trouble a couple of times waiting too long.
Yeah, the Mavericks have done a good job. We're seeing an occasional blitz coming off the corner. And when you play a 3-man line, you almost have to do that. Again, second down, second and 5. Kitterman wants to throw the ball again, has time to throw the ball, has an open receiver. He's at the 35-yard line for 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. On the touchdown catch, that's Zach Gall on the touchdown. Beat his man off the corner there. Safety slow getting over there. Easy touchdowns.
Yeah, and that was another one. You had the cornerback kind of just one step behind. He wasn't really far out of position. The ball just went right over his hands, and it was the receiver caught it right in stride. It was just a good throw. Hard for the defender to make a play on it.
Yeah, and the thing is, too, of course, if your Heritage over there, your defense is thinking, that's too quick right there to get those points as the Rue comes in for the extra point. The ball is down. Your kick is up. And your kick is good. 7:13 to go here in the second quarter. Southside leads Rogers Heritage 14-10. Be back with the War Eagle kickoff after this. It's the Southside Maverick football spread 106.3.
Hi, this is Art Haynes from the Chiefs Radio Network, here for Play It Again Sports at 2817 South Zero Street in Fort Smith. Play It Again supports the Southside Mavericks. Mention this ad and receive 20% off your purchase that day of any new or used sporting equipment. They carry baseball, football, wrestling, disc golf, and fitness equipment. Bring in your quality used gear for additional savings. That's Play It Again Sports, 2817 South Zero. Proud supporter of Southside.
That was a 4-play, 77-yard drive for Heritage, culminating with a 61-yard touchdown pass from Ty Kitterman to Zach Gall. 2 steps behind the defender. Safety can't get over there. Coach talks about positioning. I think we were definitely caught off guard on that play.
Yeah, out of position. We mentioned, the time they take once they call the play. They get up there and look at what the Maverick defense is doing, and they were able to identify a weakness right there and dial up the right play.
Arugian will kick off for Heritage, approaches the football. Here's his kick. It's going to come down to Ricardo Savoy. He's right at the goal line, crosses the 10. He's at the 15. He's going to be hit, gets away at the 20-yard line, cuts it back outside, has one man to beat there, will be hit at the 25-yard line and dropped at about the 26-yard line. That's where Southside will start this drive. Well, one thing, as you look at trends going here, both teams have had the ball twice, all resulting in points, but the big difference is you look at the plays, Southside's run 24 plays as opposed to 9 plays for Heritage, so a big discrepancy there, which could help Southside later on.
Yeah, it really could. Southside's playing some ball control offense, and the War Eagles have been able to get a couple of long plays that shorten their drive, so hopefully they'll start to wear on this War Eagle defense later on in the game.
This is where your offense really needs to answer right here once you give up those quick points, as they'll have Savoy in the backfield. Here's a keeper off the corner by Gatewood. He crosses the 30, is at the 35, at the 40, at the 44-yard line. I love that call.
Yeah, I mean, it was an excellent job because they've run it so many times where he actually handed the ball off to Savoy. You get the defense thinking, well, he's handed it off 3, 4, 5 times in a row, so we're going to crash down hard. He pulls the ball. It was a good fake, and just nobody over here on this near side of the football field.
First attempt for Southside. They'll have the ball at their own 44-yard line. They lead 14-10, 6:42 to go here in the second quarter. Gatewood wants to throw. Throws an inside screen that's dropped on the play that was intended for Tyree Solomon. Not sure if there was much there, but I don't know how to say this, but we saw a lot of this last year, a lot of drop passes.
Yeah, I mean, we've
seen a lot so far this year.
We have. There's no good way to say it, and we've seen Tyrese make some really spectacular catches. To see him drop a ball like that, I mean, he's so quick. I think that was just a matter of he saw something, he thought he was going to make a big play, and just didn't secure the football before he started running.
Plus, he was in traffic. He might have saw somebody coming. Here's a snap, a handoff. That's Savoy crosses midfield. He's at the 45, but Heritage down to the 42-yard line. Actually, I saw him at the 43-yard line. He just kept squirting and squirting. Nice first down run by Ricardo Savoy.
Straight up the middle, nothing fancy, just hand the ball off and go. And I mean, that's once again a credit to the offensive line and a credit to Savoy just running tough.
I'll tell you, I'm looking at Cole Alphas. He comes out of the ball game. That kid is really working with sweat. That jersey is soaking wet right now.
It's hot out there tonight.
And he pulls the can over. I'm not going to say what he's going to do over there.
He's got his head stuck down.
Yeah, there you go. First and 10 for Southside. A quick pass again. Outside that is Solomon, gets away. He's at the 35. He's at 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Southside.
Well, that's what they've been looking for with that little pass out to the flats, because you get him out there, and he's so quick. You've got one man to beat, and if he beats that guy, it's nothing but open field. And, that's what he was trying to do a couple plays ago. So he was able to get it done. Great job by Tyrese. I mean, that kid's electric. I love watching him play.
I love watching these receivers, him and Jackson, and then even Mason Love, who's your possession receiver, has made a good big catch tonight. That's they're doing good there. Again, nice answer by Southside. They're going to go for 2 here. Flip pass complete. Making the catch over there. I love that call right there. That was Garrett Cool catching the ball in the end zone for a 2-point conversion. Southside now leads 22-10. Be back with the Southside kickoff after this. Southside Maverick football, Spirit 106.3.
Hal's Homemade Beef Jerky is known around the country for their fresh and delicious homemade beef jerky. For over 25 years, Hal's Homemade Beef Jerky has been offering a variety of spices and flavors to dress your beef jerky to fit your taste buds and is the perfect choice for homemade food lovers. Stop by their store in Shady Point, Oklahoma and get a free $5 bag when you spend $20 or order online at halshomemadjerky.com. Call 918-635-5759. Now accepting EBT.
Welcome back. That was a 4-play, 74-yard drive for the Mavericks. A very nice pitching catch to Tyree Solomon from Tate Gatewood at 43 yards. Southside goes ahead 22-10.
We saw the 2-point conversion, which was the old Tim Tebow jump pass over there in the back of the end zone, too. That was kind of neat.
Yeah, I'm not sure he needed to because Cool was standing there wide open.
Yeah, he was nobody around him, so just toss it over there.
I love the call. If you're not ready for it, let's do it. And with Gatewood opening that field up, you can do that. Here's a kickoff by Robles. It's a deep kick to be fielded by Glacier at the 5-yard line. He crosses the 10, 15, he's at the 20. will get up to the 25-yard line where a whole host of special teamers have him at that point. Well, that's another area Southside's done good tonight is on kickoff coverage. Not a lot of really good field position for here.
You're looking at the start at the 23, and now it's at 25, so you can't ask for better than that out of your kickoff team.
You like to see your defense get off the field as quick as possible if they can right now. You've done some good things defensively, yet we talked about this. They come up, they hit us with the big plays, so you need to forget that, go on. Your offense stepped up. You should have some momentum here. As Kierman calls out signals, has one back in the backfield, that's Qualls. Here's a snap. Looked like there was some motion over there as Qualls comes off the left side. It's going to be hit. Sam Wynn right there making the play. Qualls will get 2 yards on the play, but not much there as Wynn gets him down with some help over there. Helping him on the side over there is Travis Chappie. He makes the play to be second down, 2nd and 7 for Heritage. Again, to have Qualls. But Qualls is a load.
Yeah, he really is.
They'll set up to the left this time with Kitterman as they'll go trip set wide side of the field. Kitterman looks to the sidelines, get the signals down to 12 on the play clock. Again, second down, 2nd and 7. Southside leads 22-10. Here's a snap to Kitterman. Looks left, throws the ball inside. One hops it to his intended receiver over there. The ball was intended over there for Ward Richardson. The ball goes incomplete. Again, a big third down, 3rd and 7 for Southside. Get a stop here, and you might take control.
Absolutely. Get a chance to get your offense back on the field and score. Again, before halftime, yeah, that's what you need to do.
This time, Heritage comes up 2 receivers either side of the field. They'll have one back in the backfield, and Southside's going to take a timeout. With that, we'll take a timeout, too. This is Southside Maverick football, Spirit 106.3.
All offers with approved credit. See dealer for details. Hey, old Rocket Randola here. Crane Hyundai on Zero Street in Fort Smith. And you know what Crane Hyundai on Zero Street has that the other dealers don't have? The Crane Commitment. That's right. 100,000-mile warranty on every new and pre-owned vehicle sold. It's 100% low price guarantee and a 100-hour love it or leave it exchange policy. And Hyundai Assurance. Plus, Crane Hyundai lets you shop over 1,500 pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. If you're even thinking about a vehicle, you need to think Crane Hyundai Zero Street in Fort Smith.
Being the family superhero is a tireless job, constantly defending against skinned knees and sibling supervillains that won't share. But who's there for them if you're not? Your local Shelter Insurance agent. With an insurance superhero sidekick, you can find a life insurance plan that helps provide a safety net for your family. Find your insurance superhero at shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
For details, see Chris Dooley in Fort Smith.
Welcome back. It'll be 3rd down, 3rd and 7 for Heritage. Oh, I like that timeout. They did like what they saw on the field, and this is a big play for the defense. You get a stop here, force a punt. I mean, it's big confidence-wise for this Maverick defense. As Kierman sets up, has one back in the backfield. That's Qualls. He goes in motion to the left side. Here comes the pressure, and Kierman gets away, throws the ball complete at the 30-yard line. He's going to have a 1st down. He's at the 35-40. He will be run out of bounds. That is Qualls on the catch. And again, Bo, they're going to get the 1st down. They had him in the backfield, had him trapped with Kitterman. He's a big kid, gets away, finds the open receiver. That's Qualls.
Yeah, that's one of those. It was kind of a busted play. It just so hard to defend. Qualls was over there on the sideline, and he just kind of sat there. I mean, there was nobody really guarding him.
How does he hide? Big kid like that?
I don't know.
Nonetheless, 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line for Heritage. Kitterman calls out signals. Now looks at the sidelines, down again to under 10 on the play clock. Wants to change the play at the line of scrimmage. Has Qualls in the backfield. Here's a snap. Looks down the field. Throws the ball. It's going to be a inside screen completed midfield. He's at the 50, down to the 45-yard line, down the south side 44-yard line. That was Jay De La Rosa on the catch. The receiver for Heritage this year will be close to the 1st down. Let's see if they give it to him. Yeah, they're going to give him the 1st down, which if you have your choice between 1st or 2nd, half a yard, or 1st down, give them the 1st down because it's better for your defense.
Absolutely. Don't give them a free shot at the end zone, 2nd nothing. You know they're going to get it. And that was just a really good tunnel screen set up right there by Heritage. You got to give them credit on that.
Be 1st and 10 at the south side 44-yard line. Qualls in the backfield. They're going to stack set both sides of the field. 2 receivers either side of the field. Kitterman takes the snap, hands the ball off Qualls inside. He's inside the 35. He's inside the 30. Breaks the tackle inside the 30 down to the south side 28-yard line. Big hole there off the left side. And Kinderman's low once he gets going. Qualls is low once he gets going.
Once he gets ahead of steam, and he kind of looked like Ricardo Savoy right there, just run straight up the gut. Nobody touched him for a while, and once they did, they kind of started bouncing off of him.
First and 10 at the Southside 28-yard line. Again, Southside leads 22-10, 4:03 to go here before half. Kerrigan looks at the sidelines. They go two receivers either side of the field. Both the key about this drive right now is if they get points right before the half, they get the ball to start the second half. As Kerrigan takes a snap, throws the ball, he's got an open receiver inside the 20-yard line down to about the 18-yard line. That is Dylan Moore on the catch. And Bo, he was wide open. You're giving. He went down, stopped. You got to cover.
Yeah, just way too much cushion on that. I mean, the quarterback was 6-7 yards away from him.
It'll be first and 10 at the 18-yard line. Southside needs to get some. The thing is, Heritage is doing a good job of mixing the pass up with the run, so you really can't come with any type of blitzing right now. Be afraid that you may overrun a running play. So, first and 10 at the 18-yard line of Southside. Kerrigan looks again to the sideline. Again, 8 seconds on the play clock. They go two receivers either side of the field. Kerrigan takes a snap. It's a low snap. The ball is on the ground. I think we're going to have a motion penalty. It looked like the left side took off before the snap.
Yeah, I don't know. The quarterback was ready for it, but the ball hit him in the shoelaces, so that was kind of, they actually may have gotten lucky that they got a procedure penalty right there.
Yeah, because he looked like he was having problems picking the ball up once it did hit the ground. So yeah, you're exactly right. It'll be first and 15 at the Southside 23-yard line, and that's good for Southside to put them in a little bit tougher situation. Again, you had them 3rd and 7. They hit the big play again with the pass to Qualls, and got to get off the field at some point. Skitterman takes a snap, wants to throw the football, throws a screen pass, complete to Qualls. Boy, he is hit there by Belcher, makes a nice play at the 18-yard line coming up for the Southside defense. Had 2 or 3 blockers out there. Belcher gets behind the blockers, makes a nice play there. That may go to the house.
Yeah, it's a good thing that he did was able to break through, because yeah, they had 2 big old boys out there leading the way, and that play could have went for a long game.
Be second down, 2nd and 10 for Heritage. The ball will be spotted at the Southside 18-yard line. We are down to 2:30 on the clock. This time Heritage comes up. They'll go nobody in the backfield for Kitterman. They go 3 receivers on the short side. He's going to run the ball. Boy, it's hit in the backfield, drop back to the 25-yard line. Again, I believe that's Sam Wynn back there for Southside, along with Eric Tucker making the play for the Maverick defense. Will bring up 3rd down, 3rd and about 17. And they tried to line up and fool them, but the rush was right there.
Yeah, I think the Mavericks had that scouted. They knew he was going to keep the ball and run it, and Sam Wynn came in there like lightning.
Heritage comes to the line of scrimmage. They go trip set wide side of the field. One back in the backfield, that's Qualls. And looks like Southside defensive end may have jumped in the neutral zone. I'm kind of laughing. The right tackle, he's staying down in that 3-point stance. Hey, I don't know if he moved or not, but he's definitely not going to move.
It wasn't me.
No, it wasn't me. So there's that 5 yards giving it back. You can't do that. We've seen 2 penalties on Southside defensively. You had the personal foul. Now you had that. When you're struggling on defense, you can't make those kind of mistakes.
No, you really can't. But he still got 3rd and 11. This is a big play right here.
Yeah, especially with, as we talked about, Heritage gets the ball to start the second half. They'll have one back in the backfield. That's Glacier. As Kierman takes a snap, he rolls right, throws the ball downfield, incomplete. Had a diving receiver over there, but the ball goes incomplete. The ball is intended for Zach Gall at about the 14-yard line. Will bring on a field goal attempt here for Rogers Heritage. Great job by the Maverick defense stepping up in the red zone.
Yeah, it was, and it was actually another low snap. Kitterman kind of caught the ball low, and it was a good job by him to actually catch it really almost on the run as he was rolling out. He started so quick, but yeah, good job by the Maverick D to hold him.
Already will try a 36-yard field goal from the left hash mark. The ball is down. Here's your kick. Your kick is way off left. No good. Southside will take over. Great job by the Maverick defense.
Yeah, you let them convert a couple of long 3rd downs that you really didn't want them to. But able to hold them in the end, you know, just wish you could have maybe held them on the other side of the field on one of those long 3rd downs. That way you give your offense a little more time, but still got 1 minute and 20 to work with, so plenty of time. Get a nice return. I mean, nice return. Get a couple of long plays, nice run right here, and set us up in scoring position.
Does it go back to, Bo, do you think they'll maybe try to run a couple of plays just to see if they can get positive yardage with 1:20 on the clock and just kind of go from there?
Yeah, just see what happens this first couple.
Gatewood takes a snap, wants to throw the ball, throws the ball over the middle, complete. That's Brendan Ulrich at the 35-yard line. He's at the 40, at the 45. A touchdown saving tackle over there by, that was Glacier on the tackle across the 45-yard line. And we've got a flag on the play back at the line of scrimmage. This may be coming back. Love the call.
Yeah, it was a great call. Just a little slant pass right in the middle of the field, and we talked about how they've found some success there. And Ulrich, once he caught the ball, was able to make a couple defenders miss. And as you mentioned, touchdown saving tackle. If he would have broken that one, he'd have been off to the races.
It's going to be a lineman downfield, which I don't see how they had time to get down the field because the play was so quick.
Play.
Yeah, interesting. The ball will go back to the 15-yard line. I don't think that's loss of Dan. It'll still be 1st and 15. But boy, that was a big play. I mean, it's not just the 5 yards. 25 yards he lost on the play, but that may slow him down just a bit. Probably go back here, maybe try to get a big gain here if they do run the 2-minute offense. Gatewood takes a snap and inside screen pass. That's Solomon. He's at the 20-yard line. Gets across the 25. Will fall forward to about the 28-yard line. And we've got some more pushing and shoving going on the field. And now we've got another flag. Let's see what this I'm interested to see this call. This is going to be on south side. You had pushing on the other side of the field that's not called, and they're going to call this on south side, which you can't do it, but you got to call it both ways.
What, and now you have one of the Maverick defenders laying down on the field. What was that about? He just kind of flopped down on his belly.
I think that might be Altus down. I think Altus. No, it's not Altus. It's actually one of the linemen. That is, let's see, that's Jonathan Humphrey down for the Mavericks. And he's injured on the play, and with that injury, we'll take a timeout. This is Southside Maverick Football, Spirit 106.3.
A largemouth bass tearing at your bait, mallard circling above, dawn breaking through your tree stand. It's the outdoors that you love. Tackle boxes, hunting and fishing gear for what you love to do. The adventure starts at the tackle box for sportsmen just like you.
For all of your hunting and fishing needs, head to the Tackle Box, 3001 South Zero Street, Fort Smith. Call the Tackle Box today at 646-3193.
Welcome back to action. Here's a quick slant pass complete to Tyree Solomon. He's at the 20-yard line, 25. He's in the 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Southside.
What a play. That's 2 for Mr. Solomon. That kid can flat run once he gets out into open space. And you saw a long pass to Ulrich, called back. You saw a long pass to Tyrese, called back, and they went right back to Tyrese.
And we're laughing because we're still trying to figure out that lineman downfield. There is no way there was a lineman downfield on that. I mean, you bring the guy on the backfield, you hit him almost immediately out of the backfield. There was no time for that. Now they take a snap, and Gatewood's going to run it for the 2-point conversion. It's good. Southside now leads 30-10. Be back with the Maverick kickoff after this. Southside Maverick Football, Spirit 106.3.
South 28 Boutique is your source for local and authentic labels such as the complete Lauren James collection, Southern Tide, and Rustic Cuff. They offer tailgating hogwear for the entire family and menswear. Join their VIP texting to earn points for savings on the labels you love. And teachers always get 10% off the total purchase price. Download the South 28 app and save 20% off any one item with free shipping. Located at 418 North Plaza Drive, Van Buren. Call or text 719-2019.
Welcome back. That was I guess you would call a penalty-filled drive. It was a 4-play drive with 3 penalties on there, but a great play. They've been running that play, Bo. They get the ball just a kind of an inside slant to Tyree Solomon, and he made the first guy miss, and then it was just a foot race. And I'll bet money there's not too many can outrun him to the end zone.
No kidding. That was a great play, and I love the play calling by Coach. There was no chance they were going to run the ball. They kind of know where they're at in this season. They want to see, what their playmakers can do. So twice they go to Tyrese, knowing that this guy's got some wheels and able to make it happen on that last one.
Connor Robles kicks off, back deep. That's catching the ball at the 15-yard line. He's at the 20-yard line. Will be hit and dropped at the 27-yard line. That's De La Rosa on the return. And now we've got some more pushing. But here's the thing I've got to ask about the pushing, Bo. This is what frustrates me about it. Southside's been called twice for personal fouls, but pushing's been going on. And basically what's going on is, I call it sneaky pushing. They push, hold their arms up like they're doing nothing, and then they catch the last guy.
Yeah, I don't understand in that situation where clearly you have both sides pushing and shoving back and forth why you just don't go to the coach and say, hey, cut it out, talk to your guys, and the next one gets called. But, you know, they're throwing the flag, and they're throwing the flag against us, but that's what's going to happen, so we'll just have to deal with it.
That's the problem I have with soccer. I call it a flop, and I don't like watching flops in soccer. Not that I watch soccer anyway, so I give it first and 10 for Heritage, and now Southside's going to take a timeout. With that timeout, we'll take one too. It's the Southside Maverick football spread 106.3.
Floyd Trailer Honda at 3200 South Zero Street in Fort Smith has been serving the River Valley for decades. A quality product and a commitment to customer service is what keeps people coming back. And Floyd Trailer Honda is a proud supporter of Fort Smith Southside Athletics. Stop in today and see the new Hondas arriving daily at Floyd Trailer Honda, 3200 South Zero Street, Fort Smith. Visit them online at trailerhonda.net.
River Valley Truck Outfitters has served Western Arkansas and the River Valley area with a commitment to quality and excellence unmatched in the truck accessories industry. Whether you need step bars, grill guards, diesel performance products, camper shells, or wheels and tires, shop at the store you can depend on. River Valley Truck Outfitters, Highway 71 south atop Rye Hill in Fort Smith. River Valley Truck Outfitters, where quality and customer service is always number one.
Your home for Fort Smith Southside football is Spirit 106.3, KZKZ, Greenwood, Fort Smith.
Welcome back. We've got 26 seconds to go here in the first half. Southside leads 30-10. Heritage takes a snap. Here's a handoff to Qualls off the left side. Gets outside across the 30, will run out of bounds at about the first down stick. Actually, spotting back at about the 34-yard line. But I don't think this is the same thing for Heritage, you know, try to get some yardage. But after we saw Aru try to kick that field goal and it was no good, I think you got to go long if you're going to do that.
Yeah, you're not probably trying to work for a field goal position here, but, you know, handing the ball off, maybe Qualls can break one, otherwise going to the halftime, no harm, no foul.
Pyramid will throw the ball. It's going to be a deep pass down the sidelines. Got an open receiver. That's De La Rosa out there. The ball goes incomplete. He had a step on the defender, but the ball is overthrown. And, you know, we're going to have to kind of shore that up here at halftime.
Yeah, I mean, that's the third time we've seen De La Rosa outrunning his man, and the first two, unfortunately, were long gains. Luckily, it was overthrown that time, and that's just as I said, they were going to run the ball and go into halftime with no trouble. They throw it down the field.
Yeah, we don't know much up here, do we, as far as our coaching abilities. Again, it'll be third down, 3rd and 3. Southside leads 30-10. There's 14.5 seconds to go here in the half. We're down to 6 on the play clock as Kerriman looks to the sidelines. Takes a snap, wants to throw the ball. Here comes the heat up the middle. He steps up in the pocket, throws the ball down the field, has an open receiver inside the 20-yard line. It's going to be incomplete. Great covers the ball. Actually held up there. The receiver was open. That was Zach Gall. He was open on the play. Southside, when the ball hung up, Bennett Wandell, the safety, was able to recover, make a nice defensive play.
Yeah, he was over there able to get over to this side of the field and get right in the receiver's face and break up the pass, and the receiver wanted a flag thrown. I didn't see any contact there. I don't know what he was complaining about.
And the ball was actually to the inside, and the defender had a better position on the ball from the inside. So let's see what they're going to do here. They got Kerriman back there in punt formation. I guess they may punt the ball. I don't know if I'd punt it here at 6.3 seconds.
He may just run
I'm a gambler. Yeah, he may just try to run around the Southside, not thinking they're going to do anything. They're going to, in fact, they're bringing in Qualls. This is interesting. Qualls is flanked out here. Southside may want to account for him here, and now we've got a flag on the play. As finally that play clock runs out, we've been watching them milk that play clock the whole time. It runs out. There'll be a 5-yard penalty. And, yeah, the only thing I've got about what they're trying to do here, Bo, is the fact that you're not really fooling anybody. They know what's coming. You brought Qualls out to the outside, so they know, hey, they're probably going to go ahead and fake punt it here. So, you know, just cover them. And to me, it's a whole lot easier to run that from a regular formation.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to go for it, just line up and go for it. But I guess you just run them out there to see what the defensive reaction is going to be. But like you say, you're not really fooling anybody. So
it's been a very impressive first half for the Maverick offense, especially the combination of Tay Gatewood to Tyree Solomon, 2 long touchdown plays for that combination. But what's to me is even more impressive has been the 2 long drives they're keeping the defense off the field and really have kind of wore down this Heritage defense to open up a 30-10 lead here before the half.
You mentioned that it's been a good half for the offense, but really been a good half for the defense as well. Held them to the 10 points, and only for a couple long gainers. If it wasn't for that, they've been pitching a shutout at this point.
And Trey Kitterman is your punter. It takes a snap. He's going to punt the ball away, and Southside will just let it fall here as it will hit inside the 30-yard line, inside the 25-yard line. Takes a nice roll, and that's going to be dead to half. And, well, we know the name of the punter now. We've actually seen the punter come out there. That was Trey Kitterman, so that's a victory for Southside. Heritage had the ball, 4 times? They were able to score only twice, so a good job defensively for Southside. We'll come back and talk about what happened here in the first half, go over the scoring summary. After this, just the Southside Maverick football Spirit 106.3.
All offers with approved credit. See dealer for details. Hey, old Rock and Randola here. Crane Hyundai on Zero Street in Fort Smith. And you know what Crane Hyundai on Zero Street has that the other dealers don't have? The Crane Commitment. That's right. 100,000-mile warranty on every new and pre-owned vehicle sold. It's 100% low price guarantee and a 100-hour love it or leave it exchange policy. And Hyundai Assurance. Plus, Crane Hyundai lets you shop over 1,500 pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. If you're even thinking about a vehicle, you need to think Crane Hyundai Zero Street in Fort Smith.
The office of Dr. Henry J. U. Dodge Jr. and Dr. Henry J. U. Dodge III at U. Dodge Orthodontics has been a respected provider in our orthodontic care community since 1972. The top priority of their practice is to provide you the highest quality orthodontic care in a fun, friendly, comfortable environment. They utilize the latest technological advances in the field of orthodontics to ensure that you receive the most effective care possible. U. Dodge Orthodontics, 782-3021. Go Mavericks!
Tyler Wilson here for Crabtree RV in Alma. Football season is here, and whether you're tailgating with the Razorbacks or enjoying the great outdoors, Crabtree can help you experience the natural state. Our giant indoor showroom makes shopping enjoyable with hundreds to choose from. You're sure to find the right RV for any budget, like the 2018 KZ Sportsman fifth wheel starting at $245 a month, or the 2018 Coachman Freedom Express as low as $210 a month. We're behind the Cracker Barrel in Alma, Crabtree RV, where your family's dreams come true.
Let's see. Leaky faucet Tuesday. Water flooding the yard. Better put that down for the middle of the month when the bills aren't due.
Honey, what are you doing?
Planning our plumbing problems, of course.
You can't plan our plumbing problems, but you should plan our plumber.
What do you mean?
Like all important contacts, I keep Westark Plumbing in my phone. They're always there when we need them, and they don't overcharge since they know we don't plan our plumbing problems. Here, honey, here's their number.
646-5151. Thanks, babe.
Westark Plumbing. We keep you flowing.
Your voice lets him know he's safe. Shelter Insurance does the same for you. Roadside assistance is now included with your auto policy. So if your car leaves you stranded, just call and we'll take care of you while you take care of what's most important. Find an agent at shelterinsurance.com. Wear your shield, wear your shelter. Some restrictions apply.
For details, see Chris Dooley in Fort Smith.
Floyd Trailer Honda at 3200 South Zero Street in Fort Smith has been serving the River Valley for decades. A quality product and a commitment to customer service is what keeps people coming back. And Floyd Trailer Honda is a proud supporter of Fort Smith Southside Athletics. Stop in today and see the new Hondas arriving daily at Floyd Trailer Honda, 3200 South Zero Street, Fort Smith. Visit them online at trailerhonda.net.
Quarterback to Jim Rowland Stadium, we're at the half. Southside leads this one 30-10. Bo, it's been a very good first half for the Mavericks. Is offensive. They've had 4 possessions, 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, they've been doing very good on offense, and I really like what they did to start the game. They came out and just basically ran the ball right up the middle and punched Heritage in the mouth and just said, hey, our offensive line is better than your defensive line, and we're going to show you that. Put together on the first drive, a 12-yard drive. That's exactly what they did.
Did you like that combination that Southside came back with? Ricardo Savoy along with Brendan Ulrich really was a really good 1-2 combination.
Yeah, it was. You saw the tough running of Savoy and the shiftiness of Ulrich, and hadn't seen much of Ulrich up to this point, but I bet we're going to see a lot more of him if he keeps running like that.
And you got to give credit to this offensive line. They really stepped up big here in the first half. It seemed like most of the plays we've not seen a lot of times you'll see the running back make that first guy miss, but you're seeing a lot of plays here where they're getting good head of steam going forward, getting the line of scrimmage, getting positive yards because of the offensive line.
Yeah, because of the holes that are opening up, not getting touched at the line of scrimmage, and able to get some running room and get up some speed. Right now we're looking at 125 yards on the ground so far this up to halftime compared to 7 yards from Heritage. So doing an excellent job there in the running game.
And what do you think about that? You talk about Heritage, they have 100 yards passing and then 7 yards rushing. Well, their MO is running the football. This defense has really stepped up big and has slowed down Dylan Qualls.
Yeah, it has. I mean, that's one kind of coming into the game. We expected them to run Dylan Qualls. We expected to get a healthy dose of Dylan Qualls. And except for a couple plays, we've really seen them do most of their damage in the air. So I think you do have to give a lot of credit to the Southside defensive line and linebackers for taking away their number one option and forcing them into the passing game.
Tay Gatewood having a ball game tonight where he's got gaudy stats passing the football, but you look at this, it's not really so much throwing the ball down the field. It's been the feet of Tyrese Solomon so far, making 2 really long runs.
It's been short passes, it's been slants, it's been the little out routes, just throwing it to the sideline and letting Tyrese work, and they haven't been able to tackle him out there. He's so quick and just impressive running after the catch, and Ulrich as well. He's had a couple of long runs after the catch, so just found something they really like there, and when your receivers can run like that, go with it.
Again, we're at the half. Southside leads 30-10, and Bo, we talked about in the pregame, one thing that we wanted to see Southside accomplish, you know, obviously wanted to get the defense off the field, but we wanted to be where maybe the offense helped the defense. We saw that the first 2 drives as they ran 24 plays the first 2 series.
Yeah, and I think probably the coaching staff was thinking the same way. Let's go out, establish the line of scrimmage, show that we're dominant, show that we can keep our offense on the field, make some first downs, don't put our defense in a bad position. And as the half wore on, you see them start opening up a little bit. They started run up the middle, and all of a sudden they start throwing the ball around. The defensive Heritage, I still don't know why I keep calling them Harbor. I did not want to bring those guys back. Defense of the War Eagles, I just wasn't ready for it, and it turned into some big plays there towards the end of the half.
Do you think, too, we talk about Solomon, and it's just a little simple swing pass, but you see the damage he can do once he touches that football. It's just a matter, if that first man misses, it's a foot race.
It's a foot race, that's right, and that's what they want to get, just him in the open field with one-on-one coverage. I mean, you're not going to be able to block everybody on the field because you got your quarterback who's not blocking, so you're really playing 10 on 11 balls. So if you can get a guy who can make a man miss, it's such an advantage, and that's what they've been able to take advantage of this first half.
And we talk about Jackson and Solomon. When they touch the ball, you almost hold your breath.
Yeah, especially if it's in the open field and they've got a little room to work. You know, if they can get going, they're so quick. I mean, you mentioned Tyrese Solomon. I don't know if there's anybody out there tonight that could outrun him to the end zone. The guy is so
maybe
fast.
Jackson's.
Yeah, just line those 2 up. But,
yeah, we have a foot race after the game.
So fun to watch them. But they found a couple weapons there. So let's see if they go back to them in the second half.
Exactly. We're at the half. Southside leads 30-10. Be back with tonight's scoring summary after this. This is Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
South 28 Boutique is your source for local and authentic labels such as the complete Lauren James collection, Southern Tide, and Rustic Cuff. They offer tailgating hogwear for the entire family and menswear. Join their VIP texting to earn points for savings on the labels you love. And teachers always get 10% off the total purchase price. Download the South 28 app and save 20% off any one item with free shipping. Located at 418 North Plaza Drive, Van Buren. Call or text 719-2019.
A largemouth bass tearing at your bait, mallard circling above, dawn breaking through your tree stand. It's the outdoors that you love. Tackle boxes, hunting and fishing gear for what you love to do. The adventure starts at the tackle box for sportsmen just like you.
For all of your hunting and fishing needs, head to the Tackle Box, 3001 South Zero Street, Fort Smith. Call the Tackle Box today at 646-3193.
All offers with approved credit. See dealer for details. Hey, old Rockin' Randola here. Crane Hyundai on Zero Street in Fort Smith. And you know what Crane Hyundai on Zero Street has that the other dealers don't have? The Crane Commitment. That's right. 100,000-mile warranty on every new and pre-owned vehicle sold sold, it's 100% low price guarantee and a 100-hour love it or leave it exchange policy. And Hyundai Assurance. Plus, Crane Hyundai lets you shop over 1,500 pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. If you're even thinking about a vehicle, you need to think Crane Hyundai, 0 Street in Fort Smith.
Let's see. Leaky faucet Tuesday. Water flooding the yard. Better put that down for the middle of the month when the bills aren't due.
Honey, what are you doing?
Planning our plumbing problems, of course.
You can't plan our plumbing problems, but you should plan our plumber.
What do you mean?
Like all important contacts, I keep Westark Plumbing in my phone. They're always there when we need them, and they don't overcharge since they know we don't plan our plumbing problems. Here, honey, here's their number.
646-5151. Thanks, babe.
Westark Plumbing. We keep you flowing.
Hey Maverick fans, this is Ethan Gamble, your local State Farm agent, and football fans know some things just go together. Quarterbacks and receivers, face paint and super fans, game days and tailgates. At my State Farm agency, we know another winning combination, home and auto. My team and I are here to help life go right when you combine your home and auto insurance, which saves you time and money. So get your home and auto on the same team and score some savings. Call me at 479-783-2588.
First National Bank of Fort Smith has been committed to the community and their customers for a very long time. In fact, since 1872. You might say a few things have changed since then, but a couple of things at First National Bank have remained the same for the last 145 years. First National Bank is still locally owned with local decisions, so they know that their commitment continues. They're proud of the past and excited about the future. First National Bank of Fort Smith. Member FDIC.
Welcome back. We're at the half. Southside leads 30-10. And Bo, what a difference a week makes. At Southside, on both sides of the ball, has really played a good ball game tonight. As we look at tonight's scoring summary, the Mavericks took the ball first. They took the ball after a nice kickoff return by Ricardo Savoy. Took the ball on their own 43-yard line. And it's a very nice 12-play, 58-yard drive, culminating with a 2-yard touchdown run by Teddy Gatewood. 6-minute drive to start the ball game. And the thing we noticed about the drive was the running ability and the good job that Gatewood, along with Savoy, did run the football.
Yeah, I mean, just right out of the gate, the offensive line showed they came to play. And as you mentioned, a 6-minute drive, so almost half the first quarter is gone after one possession. That's really what you like to see if you're trying to run some ball control offense.
Heritage takes their first possession. They go down the field. We actually had them 3rd and 6. They had a big 45-yard pass completion. They get down close to the goal line, but a very nice defensive play by Hebron. Ulrich sets them back 3 yards, forces a field goal attempt. It's a 27-yard field goal by Wilbur Haru, but a good job by the defense. Southside now leads 6-3.
Yeah, they gave up the long play, and you kind of think, oh, here we go again, but excellent job by the Mavericks, just bouncing back, holding them. Like you mentioned, good job by Hebron on that tackle. It's a good open field tackle, put them into a 3rd and long situation. Forced them to kick the field goal. You know, it's the first time we kind of stopped the team from getting into the end zone the first half.
Small victories.
Yeah, that's what Coach talked about, small victories. So I think that was a confidence builder. You saw them come back the next play. the next time they were on defense and hold them. So, just a good job, I think, by the defense there.
The Mavericks take over their next possession at the 28-yard line. This time they have another 12-play drive, this time 72 yards. The hero of the drive this time, it was Brendan Ulrich. They actually kind of mixed in Savoy a little bit. It was mainly Brendan Ulrich, and he comes back at the end of the drive, fittingly scores with a 4-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, you saw Ulrich do a good job right there, and then you saw the Gatewood 2-point conversion to kind of make up for that blocked field goal in the first possession. So really liking they're lined up in that stacked line to the off-center formation. I don't even know what you call that thing, but it really throws the defense off balance and just kind of line up and see what they're going to do, and they didn't react to it, so we were able to run it in.
This time they go for the 2-point conversion, which is good. That leads now Southside 14-3. And you're feeling pretty good right now. They kick the ball back off to Heritage, but 3 plays later, a 61-yard touchdown pass to Trey Kitterman to Zach Gall. It was a 77-yard 4-play drive, and all of a sudden it's 14-10.
Yeah, at that point, you look like it's going to be a ball game. It's going to be a dogfight, and we kind of had a point where the ball game could have gone one way, and we could have laid down and said, okay, these guys are going to hang around, but we didn't do that. Offense came back and showed that we were still going to be in control of this thing. We needed to answer, and we did on the next possession.
Southside gets the ball back, and this time they get the ball on their own 26-yard line. They had 14-10. And the thing about the Southside offense is that they've answered every challenge that Heritage has thrown at them. This time it's a 4-play, 74-yard drive, culminating with a 43-yard touchdown pass from Ted Gatewood to Tyree Solomon. We saw the footwork of Solomon. Southside again, which I haven't seen this a lot this year. I mean, anytime I've done this, 3 2-point conversions for Southside, and a 2-point conversion this time, culminating after the touchdown. It was a Teddy Gatewood, you talked about it, at the flip pass, like a Tim Tebow play, flipped the ball over to Garrett Cool for the 2-point conversion. Southside now leads 22-10.
Yeah, and those were fun to watch. And yeah, a couple of 2-point conversions, I guess, or 3 2-point conversions, in that half. But one thing I really liked was the way we answered on that drive. They had a 4-play drive, 73 yards. It was a long touchdown reception. So we come back and have a 4-play, 74-yard drive with the long touchdown reception. It was just kind of like, hey, we're not going to let you guys get back in this. You score, we're going to answer.
And the defense comes back up, goes back on the field, and they had a 3rd and 7 situation. Trey Kitterman hits his running back, Dylan Qualls, who's really been relatively quiet tonight in the first half for a big game. They get down the field, ends up missing a 37-yard Wilmer Aru field goal. It is wide left, so Southside takes over. Sort of a small victory right there. Yeah, you would like to have got the stop earlier. You did get it, but nonetheless, they get in the red zone, you get the stop.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of like to have the stop earlier because what we were thinking up here was you get the stop, get the ball back, you give your offense a couple minutes to work with. He ended up getting the stop, making them miss the field goal. We still had plenty of time to score, so there's really no harm, no foul on that one. We ended up getting what we wanted.
And then Southside gets the ball back. I believe it was just barely a little over a minute maybe left in the half. They take the ball back over, and this time they go 4 plays for the touchdown, which was an interesting series. Southside actually had 2 penalties called. They had on the first play, they had a nice pass over the middle to Brendan Ulrich, who goes 25 yards at the 45-yard line. It's called back because the Phantom lineman down the field.
You got to watch those linemen. They'll get downfield on you.
I'll debate that to my death, that they wasn't lineman down the field, and the fact that the play was set up so quick.
The lineman would have had to sprint as fast as he could as a 3-step drop. The ball comes out of Gatewood's hand in about a half a second, you got a lineman downfield.
And then they come back the very next play. They get 12 yards for Savoy. It's called back. They get a personal foul, which I thought was kind of questionable in itself. Don't get me wrong, the officiating's been very good the first half, but there was a lot of pushing and shoving going on out there, and it seems like they catch the last guy. We got to learn. I guess what we have to do is we got to be a little bit sneakier.
Yeah, or just be the first guy.
Yeah, be the first, get that first blow in before they look. But anyway, they get another penalty the very next play. Give Southside credit. They've been running this play all night. It's just a simple swing pass and throw the ball out to Tyree Solomon. The young man catches the ball out off the corner, makes the initial man miss, turns it upfield, and now it's a foot race, and there was nobody going to catch him on that. Like we said, we might line him and Jordan Jackson up to see who can outrun each other, but it was an 87-yard touchdown pass. Tay Gatewood to Tyree Solomon. They get the 2-point conversion as Tay Gatewood runs the ball in. We're at the half. Southside leads 30-10.
Yeah, I mean, that play to Tyrese, they've ran it with several variations. They've tried to get a lineman out there and block for him. They've tried to get a wide receiver out there and block for him, and then they've just thrown it out there with nobody and let him run, and that's what they did on that last one. They just threw it out in the flats. He had one man to beat, and he did, and it was off to the races.
Oh, I look at my paper here, and I think the key is when you're a struggling defense, your offense, I think to me the key series was the one where, 14-10, you get up the long touchdown, your offense comes back and answers. And if you're a defender on the sideline, you've got to feel really good knowing, hey, we can put some points, we can get this back. And the other thing I look at is Southside only had 4 possessions, Heritage 4 possessions. I mean, it's hard to score when you don't have the ball.
Exactly. I mean, it was a quick first half, a lot of running the ball and keeping the ball away from them. So, yeah, I mean, you keep it out. And they're sort of a ball control offensive type offense as well. And we thought we'd see a lot of Qualls, pounding the ball up the middle, and we've seen them throwing it more. But, yeah, if you don't have the ball, you can't score. So kudos to, and it all starts to me, with the offensive line, just opening those holes for the running back. So kudos to those guys. If you can be successful up front, you can keep the ball away from the other team. If you don't have the ball, can't score.
We talk about it each week, and we really saw it last week against Greenwood. When you look at this undersized defensive line for Southside, it's always going to be a concern that a bigger back, and we look at Qualls, he's a lot bigger than a lot of the Southside linemen. The kid's listed 6 foot 200 pounds. But Southside's done a very good job. Rogers Heritage only has 7 yards rushing. Is that a bit of a surprise?
It is kind of a surprise, and not just Qualls, but Kitterman as well. I mean, here's a 225-pound quarterback that they like to run, and haven't seen the option really out of these two guys, which is surprising. So, I mean, I don't know if they saw something on film. I mean, we've talked about some of the problems we've had on defense in the secondary and long throws, and they've been able to take advantage of a couple of those. But, it seems to me like we've taken away their first option. They hadn't been able to run the ball, so we forced them into some throwing situations, and that is a bit of surprise, with the undersized linemen of the Maverick.
Southside has been good, too. You talk about running and Kitterman from his quarterback. They actually tried to spread it out and do that one time, and he was met by about 3 Mavericks in the backfield. I think they have seen something, and they were looking for that.
Yeah, they were waiting for that one, and that was, Sam Wynn leading the charge there. It was kind of like, hey, you're not going to fool us. We're going to stop that. If you want to throw the ball, that's fine, but we're not going to let you run it. So, good job by the coaching staff and the defense scouting that out beforehand.
Yeah, we've really not said a lot about the defense as far as individuals, players tonight, but I think you mentioned Sam Wynn. He had a good first half, was in on several plays along with Cameron Belcher.
Yeah, Cameron Belcher, I mean, this kid, and you talked about him stepping up as a leader, and this guy, he has been making some plays. He's been bringing the wood out there. This kid likes to hit, and he's fun to watch too. And so that's kind of the fire this defense has needed. That's some spark they need to get going. And you look at holding these guys to 10 points first half. That's going to build some confidence going on throughout the rest of this half and 2 games later on as we get into conference play next week.
Again, we're at the half. Southside leads 30-10. Be back with the second half kickoff after this. This is Southside Maverick football on Spread 106.3.
Now is the time to schedule your vehicle's annual fall checkup with W&W Automotive. From oil changes to cooling systems, brakes, hoses, and more, let Mark Wakefield and the boys at W&W Automotive get your vehicle ready for the daily routine of back-to-school driving. Drop by the corner of Towson Avenue and South O in Fort Smith, or call 242-1600. W&W Automotive, a bumper-to-bumper certified shop.
Hello, radio listener. Are you enjoying the football game tonight? How would you like to be sitting in the warm, relaxing, and highly beneficial swirling waters of your own hot spring spa? A spa can be both relaxing and fun, and a great end to an exhilarating football game. So hurry into Burton Pools and Spas at 6121 South Zero to check out the great deals on pools and spas. Burton Pools and Spas. Let them show you how to get your feet wet without getting in over your head.
That's the secret phone.
The what?
Remember? I told you my dad's a shelter agent. When that phone rings, he rushes out to save the day. Whether someone's home or car gets damaged, my dad is always there to help. He has the coolest job ever.
Well, my dad's an astronaut.
That's cool, too. I guess.
Find your insurance superhero at shelterinsurance.com.
Ask Shelter Insurance Agent Chris Dooley about a free insurance review.
Hi, this is Art Haynes from the Chiefs Radio Network, here for Play It Again Sports at 2817 South Zero Street in Fort Smith. Play It Again supports the Southside Mavericks. Mention this ad and receive 20% off your purchase that day of any new or used sporting equipment. They carry baseball, football, wrestling, disc golf, and fitness equipment. Bring in your quality used gear for additional savings. That's Play It Again Sports, 2817 South Zero. Proud supporter of Southside.
South 28 Boutique is your source for local and authentic labels such as the complete Lauren James collection, Southern Tide, and Rustic Cuff. They offer tailgating hogwear for the entire family and menswear. Join their VIP texting to earn points for savings on the labels you love. And teachers always get 10% off the total purchase price. Download the South 28 app and save 20% off any one item with free shipping. Located at 418 North Plaza Drive, Van Buren. Call or text 719-2019.
Tonight's Southside Maverick football game is being brought to you in part by La Huerta Grill. La Huerta serves the best Mexican food anywhere. Enjoy mouth-watering fajitas with all the fixins for just $7.99. La Huerta Grill's lunch specials are perfect if you're in a hurry. Only $3.99 for the Speedy Gonzales. Open Saturday through Thursday, 11 to 9, Fridays, 11 to 10. La Huerta Grill, located on the corner of Old Greenwood Road and South Gary. A proud sponsor of Southside Maverick football.
Welcome back. We're at the half. Southside leads 30-10, just about ready to start the second half. And Bo, you kind of look at a game like this. I mean, there's certain turning points in the game. I definitely would have to say when Southside got the stop, got the ball back, went down, and got the points, because we're harping on the fact that Heritage gets the ball to start the second half. They get down, get points, run the clock down. Instead of 30-10, we're probably talking 24-17. You got a ball game.
Exactly, with them having the ball and a chance to tie it up. So, yeah, that turned into, I mean, the missed field goal was turned out to be huge because we got the ball back, was able to go down the field and score. And like you say, that's a 14-point swing right there. 10-point swing at least, but held them to the field goal try. And so you just can't say really enough about how good the offense and the defense playing, but really for me it's the offensive line, because it's keeping the defense off the field, and it's really allowing the Mavericks to do whatever they want.
Do you think they came in a little bit different tonight, maybe feeling a little bit embarrassed about what happened last week? I know you really can't control it, but you played a Greenwood team that just, I mean, you ran into a buzzsaw last week, but that being said, still, you want to come out, you want to improve, and I'm kind of thinking, we talked about last week, one step forward, two steps back last week, but I think this week you've really seen Southside take that, what they normally say, you go from week 1 to week 2, you improve the most. I think for Southside it's more from week 2 to week 3, getting over those two tough opponents.
Well, that's what it seems like. I mean, you never want to lose 49-0, but then when you lose to one of your rivals right down the street from you, that really leaves a bad taste in your mouth. So you want to come back as strong as possible. And, you know, Coach talked about what a good week of practice they had. He said it's probably one of the best weeks of practice they've had in a while. So, I mean, that's really what it looks like. It's showing out there on the field. I mean, these guys, they want to put that loss behind them, and they want to show that they are a good football team. You know, they know they're going to have – you talk about how good Greenwood is, but, hey, the 7A Central's good too, so they're going to have a lot of good, tough opponents, and they've got to get some things worked out before we get there. So I think they're doing that tonight.
They're doing a very good job tonight. And one thing I've noticed, too, just from talking to Coach, he's kind of changed up the practice a bit. They're actually practicing – and this, I couldn't do this, but they go practice at 6 in the morning instead of having the afternoon practice. The kids really like it better. Me, I wouldn't be up at 6 o'clock to be there, but it's really worked for him. And you hear Coach, you talk to Coach, he loves to screw the kids.
Yeah, he really does. He knows he's got some special kids here and some character guys, and it's really fun to watch them.
Connor Robles will kick off for Southside. The ball's going to hit inside the 10-yard line. Will bound into the end zone. Will be a touchback. Heritage will start their first drive on the 20-yard line. And that's something we don't talk about a lot enough for Southside in the first 3 ball games has been the kicking job that Connor Robles, along with, what's our punter's name? Adam Puckett. I can't remember now. He hasn't played.
That's right. I haven't seen him. So.
But the job they've done, especially special teams tonight on kickoffs, when you start a drive, I mean, the goal is if you're from the 25 on in, you've done your job.
Yeah, and I mean, the kick they just had, you know, it was one of those that went down into the corner of the end zone, so those are tough to field. The receiver has to make a decision. He let it bounce into the end zone. So, yeah, great job by the kicker, and the kick coverage has been great all first half.
Tierman takes a snap, hands the ball off the qualls off the right side, crosses the 20-yard line, will get up to about the 23-yard line, brings up second down, 2nd and 7.
There you see a really good job by the Maverick defensive line. They're just playing tough in there. I mean, that's what we kind of expected to see was Qualls running up the middle and having no success there on the right-hand side of the offensive line.
Yeah, that was Travis Chaffee leading the charge for the Maverick defense from his right defensive end position to get second down, 2nd and 7 for the War Eagles. This time they look to the sidelines to get the signals. We're down to 9 on the play clock. Heritage is definitely not built to be a quick score, quick strike team as they guard down to 3 seconds on the play clock. Kierman takes a snap, wants to throw the ball, throws the ball inside slant, incomplete, and I think it's a good call.
It probably is. I mean, it's a tough call.
I think he hooked him, and they're going to call interference on Southside. He reached in to make the play. He read the play well, but I think it was that right hand. Actually, that was D.D. Smith over there, the the right hand, actually, I think, stuck in there. I mean, good coverage, but yeah, if you don't put that right hand, they don't call it.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those that's kind of tough because the way you have to reach across and knock the ball down, your other hand almost instinctively just wraps around the guy, and sometimes you get that call, sometimes you don't, and Heritage got it that time.
Well, the thing that Mavericks have, if there is one gripe you have about the Mavericks tonight, is this is probably the most penalized they've been in 3 ball games. Kerrigan calls up the signals. They'll have, again, one back in the backfield, that's Dylan Qualls. 2 receivers split short of the side of the field, 1 wide side of the field. Here's a handoff to Qualls off the right side. We've got a flag on the play. Probably going to be a hold. As Qualls is not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. We'll bring up second down, 2nd and 10, pending the penalty.
I really like what the Maverick defense is doing. They're basically saying you're not going to run the ball on us. We're going to stack the line of scrimmage. We're going to bring 8 or 9 guys up in the box, and if you're going to throw it, we're going to let you try to beat our corners one-on-one, but we're not going to let you run it on us.
It's going to be a holding penalty. We'll bring the ball back to the 27-yard line. It will actually be an 11-yard penalty. The penalty was a yard behind the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 1st and 21 at the 28-yard line. Actually, it'll mark back 10 yards, excuse me. 1st and 20. As Kerrigan calls out signals, now looks to the sidelines. Again, they work that play clock. Mo is down to 10 on the play clock, 10:50 on the game clock here in the 3rd quarter. Kerrigan has Qualls to his right, takes a snap. He wants to throw the ball. Again, a quick slant, and that one is good. Now, this one I disagree with.
Yeah, I have to agree with you 100%. The first one I can see why he got the call. That one he definitely should.
And there should be a flag on that play too, as there was a taunting by Zach Gall, taunts. And this is what I'm talking about. Okay, we'll call the push, we'll call this, but we're going to ignore the rest of it.
Right. I mean, yeah, and it's clear as day. He's out in the middle of the field taunting our kid, and they're not going to call it.
But that was not a good call. That one, the first one I agree with. I thought it was a hook. That one, that was not.
No, I mean, he didn't even touch him, and he missed the ball. Kind of went to the ground, and Didi jumped over him. And I don't even think he even touched the kid.
Yeah, I think that was, and I thought it was really good coverage on the play. This time they'll put Gall on the other side of the field. As Kerrigan, now it'll be 1st down, 1st and 6 at the 43-yard line for Heritage. 10:40 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Southside leads 30-10. Kerrigan calls up signals, takes a snap. He's going to have to run with the football, and it's going to get away as he crosses the 45-yard line up to the 46-yard line. I think it was a miscommunication. He was looking for his running back Qualls, and Qualls was not there. He tried to hand the ball out, but Kerrigan smart enough to tuck the ball away and gets positive yardage.
Yeah, Keith, on that play, Ryan Tucker got held. He was crashing into the play. The offensive lineman went past him and just reached out and grabbed some of his jersey and pulled him back. Again, no call. As you mentioned, though, excellent officiating throughout this first half.
Yeah, I'll go back to the other play, though. Basically, D.D. Smith took the angle away, and you can do that. And that's what happened on that play. He beat him to the spot, and they threw the flag. That's good defense. Kerrigan takes a snap, hands the ball off to Qualls off the left side. Here comes the pursuit. Qualls is hit in the backfield, is going to lose yardage back to the 45-yard line. And now we've got another flag, and this is one that at some point they're going to have to talk to both teams.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure this is going to go against us, and it probably should be, but Qualls gets off the pile, jawing at one of our players, and he responds. And just give kudos to Martez Gaston there, picking up the ump's flag for him, handing it back to him. So
trying to get a little love.
Little brownie points.
But see, this is what I disagree with, because you're right. We've seen it twice now. We've seen them trying to taunt, and then there's nothing, and then if we retaliate, I guess maybe they talk to him. I don't know. Anyway, they're going to discuss this. I think you wave it off, personally.
Yeah, I agree, because, I mean, you had both teams pushing and shoving. You had their guy who got gang tackled by us. It was a bad play, and they're going to call it on both. It looks like. No, they're not. Call 2 on us.
Yeah, that's poor officiating.
How does that happen?
That's poor officiating. They're letting things go on out there. We can see it. I mean, we're seeing the taunting and stuff. It's going to be a 30-yard penalty on the south side. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Do we have names and addresses?
We might start giving them out.
Well, that's ridiculous. At some point, if I'm Coach Williams, at some point you got, there's 2 ways you look at that. Is you've got to ignore it. number one.
Yeah.
The stuff's going on. The officials aren't going to call the taunting, obviously, but you got to ignore it and just go and play football. So.
Well, Qualls lost 4 on the play and was able to turn it into a 30-yard game by taunting.
Here's handoff to Qualls. Qualls is hit again, and they drive him in the ground. Let's see if he taunts this time. Yeah, good play by the Maverick defense. A whole host of Mavericks get over there. I believe that was number 91 for Southside, Jeremiah Van Hook leading the charge defensively. A young sophomore playing, a lot of youngsters playing for the Mavericks.
Yeah, and you look at the response there by the Maverick defense, and they look like they're not going to be pushed around. You got to like the way they're fighting out there.
Yeah, again, to be second down, 2nd and 10, don't gain on play. If I'm Southside, I'll just say, look at the stats, bud. You got 7 yards rushing, so leave it at that. Again, second down, 2nd and 10. Here's the snap. It's going to be a keeper by Kitterman. Kitterman has nowhere to go, but gets away. Is going to be hit and dropped at the 24-yard line. Great pursuit by the Southside defense again. I believe that's number 27 for Southside making the play. Bennett Wandell leads the charge. Hits him hard. It'll be a gain of, let's call it, 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd down, 3rd and 8.
Yeah, Kitterman was bottled up over here on this left side. He reversed field. Looked like he was going to find some room. And, yeah, good job by Wandell coming up making a play. And Kitterman outweighs him by about 50 pounds.
He's 225, and he didn't go anywhere. Again, 3rd down, 3rd, and they'll call it 7. The ball will be at the Southside 23-yard line. Opening drop here the second half. Southside leads 30-10. As Kitterman calls out signals, 7 on the play clock. Takes a snap, looks down the field, wants to throw the ball. Here comes the pressure, and it's going to be complete. He's going to lose yardage. Great defensive play over there. That's Ryan Tucker. Reads the play over there. They got the ball to Gall on the screen pass. Loses 2 yards.
Yeah, good job by Ryan Tucker just staying with it and able to make a good form tackle there in space. And, you know, this is another kid whose name we've called a couple of times. He's been playing well, and he's another one who's out there. You can see pre-snap as they're setting up and they're changing the play. He's out there telling the defense what to do and where to go.
Yeah, the rotating linemen and linebackers have played excellent tonight. And now they're looking, coming with the blitz. Here comes the blitz, and they get away. Here's the throw. It's going to be incomplete. Southside holds on the play. Kitterman is knocked down on the play. And great job by the Maverick defense. Bo, they got, I think, the 30-yard penalty fired it up.
Now we've got two.
Yeah, we've got an injured Maverick on the play, and also Kitterman's going down too. And with that injury, we'll take a timeout. Southside Maverick football, Spirit 106.3.
The office of Dr. Henry J. Udodge Jr. and Dr. Henry J. Udodge III at Udodge Orthodontics has been a respected provider in our orthodontic care community since 1972. The top priority of their practice is to provide you the highest quality orthodontic care in a fun, friendly, comfortable environment. They utilize the latest technological advances in the field of orthodontics to ensure that you receive the most effective care possible. Udodge Orthodontics, 782-3021. Go Mavericks!
River Valley Truck Outfitters has served Western Arkansas and the River Valley area with a commitment to quality and excellence unmatched in the truck accessories industry. Whether you need step bars, grill guards, diesel performance products, camper shells, or wheels and tires, shop at the store you can depend on. River Valley Truck Outfitters, Highway 71 south atop Rye Hill in Fort Smith. River Valley Truck Outfitters, where quality and customer service is always number one.
Welcome back to Jim Rowland Stadium. Nice job by the defense as they get a stop here. The injured Maverick was Sam Wynn, but the good thing is he's walking under his own power. Hopefully it's just a cramp, and Southside will have 1st and 10. They'll have the ball on their own 25-yard line. They lead 30-10. We've got 8:04 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Savoy in the backfield will take a handoff off the left side. He has a hole there across the 25. Will start forward up to about the 29-yard line to gain a 4 on the play. Brings up 2nd down, 2nd and 6 for the Mavs.
Yeah, and that last drive, Keith, that was about a 50-yard drive by Heritage, and 45 of them.
Yeah, there was 3 penalties on that, wasn't there? So,
personal foul.
Yeah, that was interesting. Again, it'll be 2nd down, 2nd and 7 for Southside as they'll spot it back at the 28-yard line. Gatewood calls signals. Now they bring a man motion against Altus. They go strong right this time. Here's a handoff to Savoy off the right side. Crosses the 35, is at the 38, up to the 40, 41-yard line. We'll have a Maverick 1st down. And, I think they are determined to run that football for good, which I think is a great thing because they've done a good job of it tonight.
Yeah, you just saw Savoy there make a man miss. He's got great vision in the hole. He's going up. He sees the first, where the play's designed was bottled up, so he cuts it right to the outside, makes 1 cuts and go, and able to pick up 10 yards.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line for Southside. Altus goes in motion. Here's a quick pass out to Tyree Solomon. Boy, they've read this play this time. Nice defensive play. As they get him back to the 39-yard line, making the play defensively is Nathan Miralus will make the play. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play. And they tried to get Altus out there, and he just didn't get the block.
No, and Miralus knew that was coming from a mile away. As soon as he saw Altus headed out there, he sprinted out there. He knew the ball was headed to number 7. They've seen that play already a couple times.
So is it time to go deep?
Yeah, now would be the time. Do your out and up and see if we can beat them over the top.
The second down, 2nd and 12 for the Mavs. Now the ball thrown 39-yard line. Altus goes in motion, strong right this time. Here's a handoff to Savoy. Savoy is hit at the line of scrimmage, will fall forward to the line of scrimmage, will make it 3rd down, 3rd and 12. And this is not a situation the Mavericks have been in much tonight.
No, they haven't, and we'll see what they dial up. You got to think they're probably going to want to try to hit Solomon on something right here. He's been their big play guy tonight.
Looking to see who they've got in the game at receiver. You've got Solomon, along with Jackson, and Dylan Wyatt. And Mason Muggs, they go with 4 receivers set, one back in the backfield. He's actually a receiver too, and Brennan Ulrich. Dagwood takes a snap, looks down the field. He wants to throw. Here comes the pressure. He is going to be sacked back at the 32-yard line. Really a foothold right there. A nice defensive play by Seth Madewell. It'll be 4th down. This will be the first punt of the night for the Mavericks.
Yeah, it looked like Gabriel was going to get away from that, and the defender just able to kind of trip him up as soon as he was running out of the pocket. And just you got to give Heritage credit. You know, the Southside Mavericks held when their back was against the wall and got the ball back, and Heritage turned around and held us.
The pocket will stand back is on 18-yard line. Back deep will be Jay De La Rosa along with Zach Gall. Here's the punt. It's a low-line drive punt. It's going to bounce and get out of the way inside the 20-yard line. Takes a great roll inside the 10-yard line down to about the 7 or 8-yard line. Great punt by Adam Puckett. And I was just looking at Adam Puckett. What's even nicer about Adam Puckett? He's a sophomore.
That's right. We're going to be able to see this good kicking for several years.
Only going to get better.
That's right. Absolutely. And that, like you mentioned, was a low-line drive, and sometimes those are the best because they roll for so long, and that one rolled about 25 yards after it hit. So
and
can't complain about that.
Yeah, and it was a play, too. De La Rosa really couldn't do anything with the football. It's one of those ones, if you try to field it, you might fumble it, so sometimes it's better judgment than top to, but it just took one of those end-over-end flips right there. Yeah, he got the extra 25.
Yeah, you don't fault De La Rosa. Those are tough ones to field, and like you say, something bad could happen. But
now we go
back if you don't catch it.
And now I've got a question for you. Now they move it back to the 4-yard line.
Okay.
That was on the 8, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was on the 7-yard line. Yeah, it was on the 8. You're right. It was on the 8.
Giving him an extra 4 yards on the punt.
I'm not sure what happened there.
Yeah, I don't know either.
We'll take it.
It'll be 1st and 10 for Heritage on their own 4-yard line. Now here's a snap, a handoff to Qualls. Qualls gets in an open field, and he's got open run room. He's at the 20, 25, at the 30, 35, 40. He's at midfield, going to be tackled in Southside territory at the 42-yard line, coming all the way across the field. Boy, that's Mason Gregory makes the play. Boy, that's not what you want on 1st down, 1st and 10 from your own 4-yard line.
No, it's really not. No one was there really to set the edge. Good blocking on the near side of the field by Heritage, and Qualls was able to get some running room, and I think that took it out of him. Now you see him trotting off the field.
Yeah, I'll take a break, and that was a good job by Mason Gregory, really making the touchdown saving tackle, coming all the way across the field. Kitterman calls out signals. Now he'll look to the sideline. Actually, that's not Kitterman. Kitterman got hurt. That is Zach Brown, chicken fried Zach Brown in the ball game. Brown will be your quarterback. He's a junior quarterback, has a running back there. Here's the snap. He's got a wide open receiver. Good throw across the field inside the 30-yard line. Where Mason Gregory makes a play at the 27-yard line. Open receiver. They kind of lost him. That was Dylan Moore on the catch. That was a good throw by Zach Brown.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of those that really frustrates you as a defensive coordinator. Just way too much cushion. I mean, the ball took forever to get out there. He threw it all the way across the field, and should have been someone to make a play on that, and no one around.
Be 1st and 10. I believe that's Ty Gracer in the backfield too. Yeah, you're right. Qualls came out of the ball game too, and you've got really a whole new backfield back there with Zach Brown along with Gracer. Be first and 10 at the 28-yard line. Brown wants to throw, has an open receiver complete. That's Gall inside the 25-yard line down to the south side 21-yard line. Will bring up second down, second and about 3. Oh, they really like Heritage's favorite play seems to be that one they try to get the ball to. Gall is just you have the man in the slot, just an inside kind of a skinny post is all it is.
Yeah, it's just a really quick slant, and Zach Brown, you know, he's got an arm on him. He can throw the ball.
Checking back into the ball game is Qualls back and tailback. Got a breather after that nice long run. They'll go 2 receivers each side of the field as Brown calls out signals. 2 on the play clock, 1 on the play clock. Looked like the clock ran out, but they get the play off anyway. Here's the pass. It's going to be touchdown. Nice throw. They're making the touchdown catch. That's Jay De La Rosa. That was a nice throw.
It was a nice throw and just kind of misread by the safety. The safety stopped and tried to jump up, but he really didn't need to do that. Should have ran with the receiver and just right over his hands and just fell right into the receiver's hands. And yeah, that was a very nice throw by Zach Brown.
So Rue will be into the 10th extra point. The Southside now leads 30-16. Your ball is down, your kick is up, and your kick is good. 4:06 to go here in the third quarter. Southside now leads 37. Be back with Heritage kickoff after this. This is Southside Maverick football. Spirit 106.3.
All offers with approved Credit C dealer details. Hey, old Rockin' Randola here. Crane Hyundai on Zero Street in Fort Smith. And you know what Crane Hyundai on Zero Street has that the other dealers don't have? The Crane Commitment. That's right. 100,000-mile warranty on every new and pre-owned vehicle sold. It's 100% low price guarantee and a 100-hour love it or leave it exchange policy. And Hyundai Assurance. Plus, Crane Hyundai lets you shop over 1,500 pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. If you're even thinking about a vehicle, you need to think Crane Hyundai Zero Street in Fort Smith.
Welcome back. We've got 4:06 to go here. That was a 4-play, 96-yard drive ball. That's frustrating. It was a 24-yard touchdown pass to De La Rosa from Zach Brown. We were talking about Zach Brown. This young man's got a cannon for an arm.
Yeah, he really does. He can flat throw the ball and a couple of long passing plays, and Heritage is not going to go away. They're going to make a ball game out of this.
And a little excitement on that Heritage sidelines, too, Bo. They came out kind of down, but a quick touchdown like that will get you back in the game. Now your Maverick offense needs to answer here as Rue will kick off to Southside. He approaches the football. Here's a kick. It's going to be a short kick. It's going to bounce away from Savoy. Savoy picks it up at the 10-yard line, shows good hands to get the ball. We'll go back across the field. Now he's across the left side, has an opening there. He's at the 25, 30, 35, 40, up to the 45-yard line, up to the 47-yard line where he's hit out of bounds. No flag on the play at the 47-yard line. The first and 10 Southside. That was a great job by Ricardo Savoy.
It was, and we've talked about the special teams play. It's been very impressive. Such a good job by the return team there. It's so easy when you see a guy going to one side of the field and reverses back. So easy to get a block in the back or something like that. A bad penalty to get a nice run called back, and just good job by the return team, staying disciplined. No bad blocks, no blocks in the back. Just and like you say, great job by Savoy.
You say that. I saw one coming up here. Brendan Ulrich stopped before he did. You're exactly right. Great job. Here's a handoff to Ulrich. Knows a keeper off the corner by Gatewood. He's at the 45, inside the 45 down to the spotting right at the 43. Should be a Maverick first down. We've got the injured Maverick on the play. And with that injury, we'll take the injury timeout. This is Southside Maverick football. Spirit 106.3.
A largemouth bass tearing at your bait, mallard circling above, dawn breaking through your tree stand. It's the outdoors that you love. Tackle boxes, hunting and fishing gear for what you love to do. The adventure starts at the tackle box for sportsmen just like you.
For all of your hunting and fishing needs, head to the Tackle Box, 3001 South Zero Street, Fort Smith. Call the Tackle Box today at 646-3193.
Tyler Wilson here for Crabtree RV in Alma. Football season is here, and whether you're tailgating with the Razorbacks or enjoying the great outdoors, Crabtree can help you experience the natural state. Our giant indoor showroom makes shopping enjoyable with hundreds to choose from. You're sure to find the right RV for any budget. Like the 2018 KZ Sportsman fifth wheel starting at $245 a month, or the 2018 Coachman Freedom Express as low as $210 a month. We're behind the Cracker Barrel in Alma, Crabtree RV, where your family's dreams come true.
If we get back to action again, Maverick on the play, Jonathan Humphrey, he's able to walk off under his own power. Hopefully he's okay. Bo, I mean, kind of interesting to look at the scoreboard, and they've got Alma trailing 34-21. A bit of surprise playing Greenwood tonight.
That is a surprise.
Here's a handoff to Ulrich. He's going to be swarmed under right at the line of scrimmage and bring up second down, 2nd and 10 for the Mavericks.
It looks like the Mavericks are going to stay committed to the run here. We've seen 3 runs in a row, and they've still had some success on the ground. This is the point in the game where you expect that Heritage defense that's been on the field for a long time to start wearing down some.
Well, to me, this is the drive of the game for Southside. You're ahead 30-17. You saw a really nice 96-yard quick drive for Heritage. Got the momentum on their side. Need to get it back. Second down, 2nd and 10 for Southside. Quick slant pass. Oh, a great catch over there. That's Mason Love inside the 30-yard line. What great hands by Mason Love. Reaches out, grabs the football. Another Maverick first down.
Yeah, I mean, when he let go of that ball, I thought it was just going to sail down the middle of the field. It was just, you know, we've talked about the arm of Gatewood so much. When he throws those quick slants, they're just like lasers, and Love stuck his hands up there. I mean, it was just a great catch.
First and 10 Mavs at the Heritage 30-yard line. 2:56 to go here. Third quarter, Southside leads 30-17. They go 2 receivers each side of the field. Gatewood takes a snap, wants to throw, looks down the field, throws it towards the end zone. That's Solomon, incomplete. Well, he just missed him right there at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, just missed him. Should have threw it a little earlier. He broke on an out route, and was kind of expecting the ball to be there, and it was a couple steps out of his reach.
And that's one of the few times we've seen him try to go down the field. It's been pretty much just sideline to sideline, let the guy do the work. And again, they'll bring up second down, 2nd and 10 for the Mavericks. Brendan Ulrich will be your tailback. They'll go 2 receivers each side of the field as they've got this time Cole Alton's in the slot. They'll come in motion. It'll be strong right this time. Here's a snap. Here's a handoff to Ulrich. Goes back left. We'll get inside the 30. Fives forward down to the 26-yard line. And whoop, Southside need to get him out of there. They're going after. There's some stuff going on down there. This is going. Okay, here we go. This is my. I talk about the Brazilian Neymar, the soccer player, the biggest flopper out there. I'm sorry, soccer fans. I apologize. But the safety was pushing and shoving, and then when the action gets started, he backs up, holds his arms, no foul.
Yeah, I know. And it just keeps happening. You think the referees would say something at some point, but I haven't seen anything.
Well, the good thing was Southside, one of the Southside players grabbed the other guy and kept anything from happening. Here's Gatewood. He rolls around, has time to throw the ball, throws the ball. It's going to be complete on a great catch by Dylan White inside the 20-yard line. What a great catch, Dylan White.
And good job by Tate Gatewood to keep it alive. Looked like he was going to be sacked in the backfield. Able to get away from his man and roll out to the near side of the field and found his receiver coming back to him.
And Dylan White is one we really haven't seen a lot of this year, Bo, but I think he's a young man that we saw some potential last year to be a big play receiver. I mean, he can add to those other 2. You've got 3 really good receivers in time when he's playing. Be first and 10 Southside. They'll spot the ball at the 18-yard line of Heritage. Here's a snap, a handoff to keeper by Gatewood off the right side. He's at the 15-yard line inside the 15. Will be run out of bounds. Let's see what they're going to spot him at. And about the 12-yard line, be a gain of 6 on the play, brings up second down, 2nd and 4.
And that Reed play's really got him fooled right now. He faked the inside handoff to Ulrich and keeps it, and just nobody there for 5 yards, not even touched till he gets to the sideline.
Yeah, second down, 2nd and 4 for Southside. Big play of this drive, I think definitely was that pass completion. Good job by Gatewood getting away, finding Dylan White, who stays in bounds with the football, makes a great catch. Again, second down, 2nd and 4. Here's a handoff to Ulrich on the right side. He's at the 10, finds his way down to the 6-yard line. Will be first and goal for the Mavericks at that point, Bo. What an answer. You give up that 94-yard touchdown drive. You come back. You got the ball inside of the 5-yard line now with a chance to get some points.
Yeah, long drive working here and had third down a couple of times and was able to convert with some really nifty passes and So, yeah, like you say, just a very good job by this Maverick offense, giving their defense a much-needed rest.
Speaking of rest, putting Ulrich in there has really given Savoy a rest. You've got 2 strong running backs in there now. Here's a snap, handoff to Ulrich off the left side. Is going to be hit, dropped. He's going to lose a couple of yardage. Good job. It was nice penetration off the right side by the Heritage defense. They actually pushed the line back into Ulrich. He bounces off of it, loses a yard.
Yeah, Ulrich ran into his old man and tried to get away and find some room over there, and they just strung it out. He wasn't able to find anything on that far side of the field.
It'll be second down, second and goal from the 8-yard line for Southside as they look to sidelines to get the signals. We're down to 20 seconds on the play clock. This will be the last play of the third quarter. Now man in motion does Cole Altus as Gatewood takes a snap, wants to throw the ball, throws the ball over to Brendan Ulrich, just out of his reach, incomplete. Had pretty good coverage over there, though. Bowie hit. I mean, it was a tight space to get in. Reese Williams on the coverage, but boy, just fingertips.
Yeah, it was a really good throw. He kind of dropped it in there. Thought the defender might have been holding a little bit as Ulrich was trying to clear some space, but was not able to get the call, and brings up third down. Big third down play right here.
Yeah, you'd like to get the touchdown if you can. Definitely want points out of this drive. Ahead by 13 right now. Again, 8.3 seconds to go here in the third quarter. The third and goal from the 8-yard line for the Mavericks. Gatewood takes a snap. He wants to throw the ball. Throws the ball to the middle. Complete. Touchdown, Southside. Tyree Solomon again on the touchdown. Solomon needs to walk away. Now,
Keith, I don't understand that, really. I just really don't.
Here's the problem I have with it. Okay, Rogers Heritage has been taunting the whole ball game. We taunt, we get penalized.
Yeah, I mean, they've been doing the exact same thing Tyrese just did. It doesn't make what
you can't do it. You cannot
do it. It doesn't make what
you
do it right. But they have been doing it all game, haven't been getting the call. And we do, but hey, take nothing away from the play. That was an excellent throw and catch by Gatewood and Solomon, and that's another one where you see that's a tough throw. I mean, that throw has to be on time and on target. It was a laser out there to the flats, and Tyrese caught it in stride, able to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, you got to walk away. I mean, I'm not arguing the penalty being called. My fact is I'm seeing a lot of taunting going on the other side of the field that's being ignored, and with that being said, you got to walk away.
Yeah, I mean, you do. I know the kid's excited. They've been taunting us all game. You get a big play, so you want to say it back to them, but you just keep your mouth shut, act like you've been there before.
Yes, and he has been. That's his third touchdown. I'd say he has been. That's actually his 5th touchdown of the year. And again, they'll line up this time. They'll bring in Connor Robles. And they'll go ahead and try to kick the extra point here. Southside now leads 36-17. 3.9 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Great draw by Southside. And what really set this drive up too, Bo, was a nice kickoff return by Ricardo Savoy. As the ball's down, the extra point, the kick is up. And the kick is good. Southside now leads 37-17. Be back at the Maverick kickoff after this. This is Southside Maverick football. Superior 106.3.
First National Bank of Fort Smith has been committed to the community and their customers for a very long time. In fact, since 1872. You might say a few things have changed since then, but a couple of things at First National Bank have remained the same for the last 145 years. First National Bank is still locally owned, with local decisions, so they know that their commitment continues. They're proud of the past and excited about the future. First National Bank of Fort Smith. Member FDIC.
Welcome back. We've got 3.9 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Southside now lead 37-17. That was a 8-play, 53-yard drive, culminating with an 8-yard touchdown pass from Tay Gatewood to Tyree Solomon, the third connection for that group tonight. And again, they'll move the ball back to the 25-yard line. We get frustrated with what we see up here, but if you ask Jeff Williams about this, he is frustrated with his kids. They know better than to do that, what's been going on. So, they'll work that out.
Yeah, they will. I mean, it's, we see it. It's hard to tell these kids to hang back when the other side's doing it and not getting called.
Here's a kickoff. It's a nice kickoff by Robles inside the 20-yard line. It's fielded by Glacier at the 20. He's at the 25 at the 30-yard line. It's going to be hit. Mason Love gets away. Sam Wynn gets him at about the 43-yard line. That's the part that's tough right there. That's going to be the end of the third quarter. At the end of three quarters, Southside again leads 37-17. Be back at the start of the fourth quarter after this. This is Southside Maverick football, Spirit 106.3.
What happened to paying one price and getting everything included? You buy an airline ticket and pay extra to bring a change of clothes, book a hotel room, and you're shelling out for Wi-Fi and overpriced bottled water. Really? Imagine my delight when I found out roadside assistance is now included with my shelter insurance auto policy. So if I get a flat tire and need a jump, I just call and they take care of me. There's no additional cost, but some restrictions apply.
Ask Shelter Insurance Agent Chris Dooley about a free auto insurance review.
Your home for Fort Smith Southside football is Spirit 106.3, KZKZ, Greenwood, Fort Smith.
Welcome back. We start the fourth quarter. Both the tough thing about that field is he had to kick off to the 25-yard line, so Heritage has great field position. They'll start this drive with their own 43-yard line, which has been their best field position on a kickoff all night.
Yeah, I mean, that's what that's why you have to be careful with that kind of stuff, because you got the team down, you're ahead by 20 points, and you give their offense a chance right here. It makes it tough.
I think there's a little bit of chattering going on.
Just a little bit. The thing I like about that last drive, we saw Mason Love, Dylan White, Tyree Solomon, 3 different receivers catch passes at key times. I like to see them spread the ball out like that.
2 really nice catches, especially Mason Love and Dylan White. First and 10, 43-yard line. Here's a handoff to Qualls. Qualls gets across midfield, breaks the tackle. Will be close to a first down. As Sam Wynn again makes the play for the Maverick defense. And Qualls is down on the play, slow getting up. Yeah, he's not. He's real slow getting up, and they'll come out and check on him. Now he's getting up. He's going to be able to. We'll go ahead and hold it here, guys, as he's going back to the huddle. I think he'll have to come out.
He should have to come out. Yeah, that's a clock stopper right there. Free timeout.
Again, we talk about errors. I don't think as far as quick strike. I mean, they've had some quick strike plays, but their offense, I think, is more designed as a ball control spread offense because of the way they work the clock.
Yeah, it is, and you saw, I mean, they're down 20 points first play of the fourth quarter, and they run it up the middle, so, they're not a quick strike offense, but they're going to have to do something if they want to get back in this.
Yeah, they got the fullback, I believe, in there now. We'll work his tailback. I think that's John Shelby back. No, excuse me, DeAndre Mendez, I think. And Mendez will take a handoff. It's going to be a quick pass out. It's going to be complete at the 40-yard line, inside the 40 down to the 33-yard line. That is Zach Dahl on the catch. That's been an effective play tonight for Heritage, just that quick inside receiver on the scheme post.
Yeah, Gall's got great hands. You've seen him catch a couple in traffic. Really nice plays by him.
But at this point, you're ahead by 20. I feel pretty good about this game, but defensively, you want to get a stop here. You want that confidence, correct?
Yeah, keep them under 20 points. That's saying something for your defense.
Brown looks at the sidelines to get the signals. They're down to 6 on the play clock, down to 3 on the play clock. 1. Time ran out, no flag on the play. Mendez takes the handoff. It's across the 30 to about the 29-yard line. We got that just in time.
Yeah, it really did. They've been flirting with that delay of game. And, the strange thing is it's by design. They let that play clock run down, and they take their time getting the play called.
Conway leading Bentonville 28-10. That's Southside's opponent for their opener next week in the Central Conference at Conway. Again, Brown looks to the sideline. Again, he's going to run that thing down under 10. Which I guess that's okay if you're ahead 37-17. But when you're down that, you need to get the plays in a little quicker. Here's a snap to Brown. Brown wants to throw the ball, has an open receiver. He misses. That was an interesting pattern. Bo, I was watching it. That was Zach Gall. The pattern looked like he was going to do a post. In fact, if he takes it inside, I think he's going to be wide open.
Yeah, you're right.
But he cuts it back to the corner. The defender safety actually gets back over there, Lindell, to make the play defensively, and it looked like a center fielder trying to find a ball that's not there.
Yeah, he just kind of got turned around on that one.
They'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 6. And again, I think this is a big series for the Southside defense. They get a stop here if at all possible. Brown calls out signal, says Mendez in the backfield. He will hand the ball off. Oh, it's a quick slant pass complete to Gall at the 25. He's inside the 25 to the 20. Breaks the tackle inside the 10. Will be hit, dropped at the 10-yard line. Mason Gregory makes the play for the Southside defense along with Ryan Tucker. It'll be 1st and goal at the 10-yard line.
You see Gregory helping Gall off the field, off the ground, giving him a helping hand up. I always wonder on those, is he really helping him up, or is he saying something to him?
I don't know. I hope he's not saying anything, because there'll be a flag if he is. He'll be first to go at the 10-yard line. And again, Southside, you hope, man, you'd like to get a stop here if you could. You don't want to just give up 2 or 3 scores here at the end of the ball game. As Brown looks to the sideline, I'm impressed with Zach Brown. This young man's come in. He's got a really good arm. Has made some nice plays. They've really not had a drop-off at all with Kierman going out with an injury. Here's a handoff to Mendez. Mendez goes forward inside the 5 down to about the 4-yard line. And DeAndre Mendez, he's a senior. That's a bowling ball. He's 5'9", 236, listed as fullback defensive lineman.
Yeah, he is a short and stout dude.
You better get him low.
Yeah. And you saw the pile move right there once he hit it.
The ball will be spotted just inside the 5-yard line on the right hash mark. Heritage comes up. They'll go 2 receivers either side of the field. As Brown calls out signals. Looks over the defense. 8 on the play clock. Brown takes a snap. He will hand it to Mendez. They get him. Fumble on the ground. The ball gets away, and Southside has it. Ryan Tucker on the recovery for the Southside defense. Bo, that is big.
Absolutely.
Confidence standpoint. Come up there and get that play. Great job, Mavericks.
Well, and you mentioned, you heard Coach talk about that in the pregame show. That's something they've been working on this week, and that's something they've really tried to emphasize is turnovers and knocking the ball loose. And so we see it. I mean, you talk about from a confidence standpoint, that's really great for the defense.
Southside will have a first and 10 on their own 10-yard line. 9:05 to go here. Greenwood 34, Alma 28. Would that not be a shocker?
That would be. I'm shocked that it's that close.
Well, we've seen both of them, and both of them are good teams, but there was a big discrepancy in what we saw with Greenwood. And now we've got a flag on the play. It's going to be, I guess, a procedure penalty on Southside as the back judge throws a flag. I haven't been keeping up with that, Bo, but I bet Southside's got to have, well, I know they do, well over 100 yards of penalties.
Yeah, they had a 45-point series, and they've had lots and lots of laundry on the field tonight.
Do you think Greenwood's feeling a little bit of nerves now that a ball game's like that?
Yeah, well, I'm just shocked it's so close.
You get first and 15 for Southside. Here's Ulrich on the handoff. He crosses the 10. He's the 15. He's at the 20, 25, 30, 35. Will be run out of bounds. The tackle's about 3 yards out of bounds. That was Lacer making the play for the Heritage defense. Great run by Brendan Ulrich. And Bo, I'm really liking it. Now, is that a flag on the play?
Well, I don't know how there wasn't a flag on the tackle. The guy was about running down the white stripe and before he got hit.
Yeah, this
looks like it's going to come back.
Those referees are going to have a tired arm by the time this night's over.
No kidding. I don't know if that must be a holding.
This must have happened down the field is the only thing I can figure, because that was a nice run. You talk about all the penalties, but then you think about all the yardage. The Southside, that's about the 3rd time that Ulrich's had the ball that has made a nice run that's been called back.
Yeah.
Dead ball, personal foul, ball against Heritage.
Well, I'm shocked. They've got a personal foul on Heritage. My question on that, I've got to ask that though. Okay, if you mark that off, then you mark the next one off, so they'll gain 5 yards on this. So the ball will be spotted somewhere. I'm not sure if the 27-yard line will be first and 10 for Southside. I think finally that jaw jacket finally got to him.
I guess so.
But that's been the one disappointing thing for Southside. Not definitely has been the penalties, because they've had a lot. You talked about that one drive, they had 45 yards in penalties, so not good. I mean, and this stuff you clean up. You get it here early, and you'll know. They'll talk about this to get these things, because a lot of them were really dumb penalties. Here's a handoff to Ulrich off the right side, cuts it back inside across the 35. Gets across the 40-yard line up to about the 43-yard line. Brendan Ulrich getting close to 100 yards tonight.
Yeah, he's running tough. Is there such thing as a smart penalty? Let me ask you that.
Yeah, there is. Okay. You asked me that. I'm glad you asked that. A smart penalty would be, now it would be more in pro than anything. If you save, well, it can be anything. If you save a touchdown, yeah,
well,
anything.
Pass
interference on a touchdown.
You're right.
Smart penalty. Here's a handoff again to Ulrich off the left side. It's going to be hit, dropped in the backfield. Good defensive play over there. Making the play defensively is Giovanni Hernandez. Will be a loss of about 6 on the play, and that's one of the few times they've got penetration in the backfield.
Yeah, that's Hernandez. We talked about him in the opener. Haven't really seen much of him tonight, but beat his man there and was able to tackle Ulrich for a big loss.
You can tell it's hot down there. Look at all the Maverick players down there. Those shirts, and a lot of them, especially we talked about Cole Altus earlier, those things are so
They are. They change colors from light blue to dark blue.
Again, it'll be second down, 2nd and 17 for the Mavs. 8:08 to go here in the ballgame. Southside leads 37-17. Gatewood takes a snap. He wants to throw the ball quick. Slant pass over the middle, complete to Jordan Jackson. He's at the 50, 45-40, 35-30, 25-20. Will be grabbed out of bounds. Hit 5 yards out of bounds.
He was almost on the track there.
Yes,
when he got
almost
hit.
on the track when he got hit inside the 20 to 19-yard line. A touchdown saving tackle nonetheless. So that was Glacier over there making the play. And Mr. Jackson saying right there, Bo, hey, that's all we can do. Get me out of this.
I'm a receiver on this team too, and just it was a great move he made when he caught the ball. It was a little in route, caught the ball, and 2 defenders spun to his right to the outside, made 2 guys miss, and it was off to the races after that.
Yeah, we've got an injured Heritage player out on the field. With that injury, we'll take a timeout. This is Southside Maverick football. Superior 106.3.
Floyd Trailer Honda at 3200 South Zero Street in Fort Smith has been serving the River Valley for decades. A quality product and a commitment to customer service is what keeps people coming back. And Floyd Trailer Honda is a proud supporter of Fort Smith Southside Athletics. Stop in today and see the new Hondas arriving daily at Floyd Trailer Honda, 3200 South Zero Street, Fort Smith. Visit them online at trailerhonda.net.
The injured warrior on the play was Tanner Epps. He was back on about the 43-yard line. Good to see him walk off under his own power. Nonetheless, it'll be first and 10 for Southside at the Heritage 19-yard line. Good play there, Bo. You had second down, 2nd and 17 to get the first down. Savoy will be your back. They go trip set to the wide side of the field. We'll receiver short side of the field. Here's a keeper by Gatewood up the middle. We'll get inside the 15 down to the 13-yard line. Gain of 6 on the play brings up second down, 2nd and 4 for the Mavs.
Yeah, and I like what they did there. That's twice in a row they brought Savoy in motion. The first time they faked to him and throw the quick pass out to Jordan Jackson. The second time they faked to him and Gatewood keeps it up the middle.
I like that too, because we talked about this. That's 2 running backs in the backfield when you have Gatewood back there. Again, second down, 2nd and 4. Gatewood takes a snap. This time he's going to keep it again, and he's going to be hit. He's going to lose yards. Later we're going to have a face mask over there. Nice play over there by Giovanni Hernandez again, but I think there was a little grabbing of the face mask right there, which should get Southside another first down.
Yeah, Southside caught a break right there because they had him tackled in the backfield for a loss of about 5.
That's going to be a personal foul grabbing the face mask. Should be a first down. Yeah, it is a first down right there. Should be first and goal for the Mavericks. Again, another good drive. They start this drive on their own 10-yard line, and you had the big pass play for Southside. Gatewood again hitting the ball to Jordan Jackson, runs down the sidelines, and eat up that yardage. That really makes those 90-yard drives a lot easier.
Yeah.
Be first and goal. They'll spot the ball at the 9-yard line as Gatewood looks to the sideline to get the signals. Has Savoy in the backfield along with Cole Altus. They go strong left this time. As Gatewood calls up the signals, here's a handoff off the left side to Savoy. He's in the 5. He cuts back inside, fights for the end zone. They're going to spot him out at about the 2-yard line. Oh, I'm just looking at this. I've got to ask this question too. When you get down close to the goal line, Cole Altus, 6'3", he'd be a weapon.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
Not that you need him to not by any means.
No, but you think, something, a little fade route or something out to the corner of the end zone, you think he'd be really hard to cover. Haven't seen him go to it yet, but maybe there's something they're just keeping in their back pocket.
Again, it'll be second and goal for Southside. They'll spot the ball at the 1-yard line. Looking to see if he got it in the end zone. Looked like his knee may have gone down, obviously, at the 1-yard line. As Gatewood calls out signals, has Savoy in the backfield. They go strong left. Here's a handoff to Savoy. Cuts in the end zone. Touchdown, Southside.
Just got in behind those big offensive linemen, bunkered down, and followed him right into the end zone. Excellent job by Savoy, and great job by the Mavericks. Faced some adversity with the penalties and just came right back and got the fumble recovery. And that, to me, I think, pretty much was the nail in the coffin. You got a 90-yard drive here, really to put the Heritage War Eagles away.
Yeah, the long pass play to Jordan Jackson was the key play of the drive. That was actually on second 16. So that was a big play right there. Southside looks like they may go for two now. They'll bring Connor Robles into the ball game to attempt the extra point. Again, 6:54 to go here. Southside now leads 43-17. I love this offense. These skilled players, they're all young.
Yeah, we're going to see them around for a while.
Robles on the extra point. The ball is down. The kick is up. And your kick is good. 6:54 to go here. Southside now leads 44-17. Back to the Maverick kickoff after this. This is Southside Maverick football. Spirit 106.3.
Tyler Wilson here for Crabtree RV in Alma. Football season is here, and whether you're tailgating with the Razorbacks or enjoying the great outdoors, Crabtree can help you experience the natural state. Our giant indoor showroom makes shopping enjoyable with hundreds to choose from. You're sure to find the right RV for any budget. Like the 2018 KZ Sportsman fifth wheel starting at $245 a month, or the 2018 Coachman Freedom Express as low as $210 a month. We're behind the Cracker Barrel in Alma, Crabtree RV, where your family's dreams come true.
Welcome back. That was a 8-play, 90-yard drive for Southside, culminated with a 1-yard touchdown run by Ricardo Savoy. Great job again by the offensive line. Great job by Tay Gatewood finding the open receiver. And all night long they did a good job offensively, Bo.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned right before we went to break, these young guys. You saw Gatewood as a sophomore. You knew he'd be great as a junior, and he's living up to it.
Here's a kickoff to Glazer at the 15-yard line. He's at the 25-yard line. Has the scene will be across the 35 up to 37-yard line. Well, I've got to ask you this. I'm just kind of glancing at the scoreboard. Conway 28, Bentonville 10. Conway, our opponent next week, I've got to ask this. First week of the season, they lose to Springdale, so you're thinking, maybe not that good. They go down, take on Jonesboro. Jonesboro ranked in the top 3 teams in 6A. They go down there, put a whipping on them, and now they're putting a whipping on Bentonville. Conway may be the real deal.
Maybe. That's kind of scary. And, you know, we've taken on these powerhouses in Greenwood and Harbor, and then we're going to start the first game against Conway. Could be tough sledding in conference play.
You get this score, Harbor 29, Jinx, Oklahoma zip. Jinx, Oklahoma, a 7A powerhouse in Oklahoma, will go start the season 0-4, and now Heritage is going to take a timeout. With that timeout, we'll take one, too. Southside Maverick football, Spirit 106.3.
What's your favorite thing about Repeat's Place?
Catfish on Fridays.
I definitely come for the pie. Pie's my favorite thing.
Meatloaf, pinto beans, mashed potatoes and gravy, and the cornbread is phenomenal.
Great food, great friends, good times at Repeat's Place.
I told them, I said, if I had one last meal and I was on death row, I would have them cater that meal to me. It would be my choice.
7830 Highway 71 South, open daily Monday through Saturday for lunch and dinner.
If you recognize that sound, you'll love what you hear next. There's a new bow pro shop available in Van Buren, Pinpoint Archery. Pinpoint Archery is where you can get your shot together. Get professional help ranging from sight string installation to refletching your favorite arrows. Find arrows, bows, and accessories, targets, free advice, indoor shooting range, and more. Visit pinpointarchery.com for additional information or stop by 604 South 4th Street in Van Buren. But hurry, because archery season starts soon.
Welcome back. Southside leads 44-17. First and 10 for the Heritage War Eagles around the 38-yard line. Zach Brown, your quarterback. Mendez, your running back, is hit. There's Cameron Belcher. Hits him, but he gets away. Gets up to about the 44-yard line. That'll be a gain of 6 on the play. Brings up second down, 2nd and 4. I'm going to make this. I know he's not going to want to hear this. He's doing the Northside game tonight, but my old partner, Buzz Sawyer, he's an old man. He turns 60 today.
All right, happy birthday, Buzz. It sneaks up on you, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. I know that well. Not far behind. Again, second down, 2nd and 4 for Heritage. The ball will be spotted at their own 44-yard line. Zach Brown calls out signals. Again, he has one back in backfield, DeAndre Mendez. Here's a snap. Here's a keeper by Brown off the left side. It's going to be hit. Fumbles the ball, and it goes out of bounds. Actually fumbles it forward. Let's see where the actual spot's going to be.
Well, looks like they're going to give them where the ball went out of bounds. It rolled forward 3 or 4 yards.
That was called the old Dave Castro, wasn't it? I know when you get up in the upper levels, that you remember the game he rolled the ball down the field. I guess he couldn't pick it up for some reason and rolls it into the end zone for the winning touchdown. Be first and 10 at the south side 49-yard line. Again, Brown with Mendez in there. They go 2 receivers either side of the field. As Brown calls out signals, takes a snap. He is going to hand the ball off to Mendez off the left side, crosses into south side territory, down to about the south side 45-yard line to be a gain of 4 on the play. Brings up second down, 2nd and 6 for the War Eagles. 5:50 to go here in the ball game. Southside leads 44-17.
That Mendez is hard to stop once he gets ahead of steam. That kid, he covers that ball up with both hands, and he's just so low to the ground. He's tough to tackle.
Again, second down, 2nd and 6 for the War Eagles as Brown looks over the defense. Now looks to the sidelines to get the signals. There is 9 on the play clock. Looks like he wants to change the play up. Southside goes with basically a 3-2 defense. Here's a long pass that's going to be overthrown on the play. Intended receiver there was Seth Kerr, and the ball goes incomplete, brings up 3rd down. Checking into the Southside lineup at one of the linebacker spots is a young sophomore, Leighton Johnson, getting his first act. We actually saw him in earlier, Bo. He was in there on the touchdown when they had the 2 backs in there, so he plays a little defense along with fullback. So again, it'll be 3rd down, 3rd and 6 for the War Eagles. Brown calls out signals, 10 on the play clock. Southside will go with really a 3-3 defense because one of your backers actually working out of the slot. Brown takes a snap. He rolls to his left, looks down the field, throws the ball. He's got an open receiver. It's dropped on the play. Dropped and incomplete by Seth Curry. Will bring up 4th down, 4th and 6.
Yeah, and Southside, they're just doing a good job right now, playing sort of a nickel defense, making sure they keep everything in front of them. Don't want to let the War Eagles get anything over the top for a quick score.
Again, 4th down. Again, you're ahead 24 points, but to me, this is still a big play for Southside. Get out of here, no more points, and you got to feel good about your defense tonight. Brown looks to the sidelines. They're down to 10 on the play clock. I've said that quite a few times tonight, down to 7. As they try to set the play, they go trip set to the wide side of the field. Brown waits on the snap, takes a snap. He looks that way, wants to throw the ball. He's going to tuck the ball. Now he throws the ball. It's going to be incomplete over there. Nice diving attempt over there by Bridget Collins goes incomplete. Southside will take over, throw 45-yard line. Bo, I think you can basically put this game to rest now. They had 44-17, 5:06 to go.
Yeah, and just give a lot of credit to this Maverick team bouncing back from a bad loss last week. They've really come out showing something. They've come fired up on both sides of the ball. Of course, some of that, is turned into penalties. But, you like the excitement, you like the effort, you like the hard work, and you love how really the offense and defense have both played well tonight.
And Colt McBride's going to check in at quarterback for the Mavericks. Tailback will be Brendan Ulrich. Southside goes with the tight end. I can't get the number right there. There's a handoff to Ulrich off the left side. Makes a nice move inside the 50. Will fall forward down to the 45-yard line. I love the run he's doing right now. Now we've got a flag on the play. It's like I always say, though, they keep throwing these flags. This game's going to be drug out. Denny's may not be there when the game's over.
Well, and you see some of the Mavericks looking to the sideline, throwing their hands up, like, what did I do?
That's actually going to be the other way. Okay.
Now that the game is over, they're giving some of them back to us. Thanks a lot.
It's a checks and balances system here, I guess. Big versus different sounds. I'm impressed with Brendan Ulrich, though. He's done a great job of not running the football, and so has Savoy. I mean, both of them, it's a great combination.
Yeah, you like Ulrich coming in spelling Savoy. I mean, they're just two different styles. And Ulrich, he's got those quick feet. He just keeps them moving. He's so hard to tackle.
Now, Matt Dolan has checked in at fullback for Southside. He lines up strong right this time, along with Ulrich in the backfield. Here's a handoff to Ulrich. He goes off the left side. He's at the 25, cuts it back inside. He's at the 20. He's at the 15, will be knocked out of bounds. Still going hard inside the 15-yard line. And no quitting that young man.
Absolutely not. You saw him jump a guy there and make several War Eagle defenders miss, and that guy's still running tough here with 4 minutes left in the ballgame.
Bo, is that not a product? We talked about this, 24 plays, the first 2 series. I mean, they've got to be gassed out there.
Yeah, they are. Absolutely. You can tell.
And I think Coach Williams has done a very good job tonight of mixing his tailbacks in to where you didn't have one guy. They seemed like they were fresh all night.
Yes, every time.
McBride calls out signals, takes a snap. Here's a handoff off the right side. Now cutting it back inside as Ulrich is going to fall forward to about the 10-yard line. Will gain 3 on the play, brings up 2nd down, 2nd and 7 for Mavericks.
There's no question about what the Mavs are going to do here. Keep this ball on the ground, keep the clock moving, keep turning it, punching it into the end zone right here, put this game away.
Yeah, they're going to check in. Looks like that's Tristan Johnson, number 42, will be your new tailback. Dolan's your fullback. Also checking in the ball game for Southside is Andre Rosa, a senior wide receiver. He's a little one, 5'7", 145. Again, it's 2nd down, 2nd and 7. Here's the snap. Here's the handoff. That is to Johnson. He's going to fight his way inside. Still going hard. Will get inside the 5, down close to the goal line.
Tristan Johnson, the ball carrier for the Maverick.
A good running there by Mr. Johnson.
Yeah, they got Johnson. He's not very big either. He's 5'5", 145. A senior wide receiver working at tailback.
Get a chance to get in the ball game here. He was sniffing that end zone. He wanted to get in there.
He got down to the 2-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal at the 2-yard line. I think you can pretty much say this game should be in the bag for the Mavericks as Colton McBride leads his team up the line of scrimmage. I like McBride too, Bo. I look at him. He's 6'4", 180. This kid's got a cannon for an arm. He takes a snap, hands the ball off to Johnson. Johnson cuts back inside. Touchdown, Southside.
And just nothing complicated about it. The tired defense versus the hard-working Maverick offense pushes right into the end zone.
They've got it clicking tonight. I mean, it doesn't matter really who it is. Now, Robles will come in. You could actually go for mercy rule right here, but no point. 3:07 to go as Robles will come in to attempt the extra point. Your ball is down. Your kick is up. It's partially blocked. We've seen that all night. As Lacer gets in there, he blocked the first attempt. That time he gets his hand on it again. And that's something else. I think if there is a glitch in the special teams, that's it right there. We'll come back with the Maverick kickoff after this. This is Southside Maverick Football, Spirit 106.3.
Hal's Homemade Beef Jerky is known around the country for their fresh and delicious homemade beef jerky. For over 25 years, Hal's Homemade Beef Jerky has been offering a variety of spices and flavors to dress your beef jerky to fit your taste buds and is the perfect choice for homemade food lovers. Stop by their store in Shady Point, Oklahoma and get a free $5 bag when you spend $20 or order online at halshomemadejurky.com. Call 918-635-5759. Now accepting EBT.
That was a 1-yard Tristan Johnson run, and that was another good drive by Southside. They scored every time they've had the ball again here in the second half. You got to be very impressed with the Southside offense.
Yeah, and we were talking before the show about how they needed to come out here and build some confidence and bounce back, and they have really done it.
Correction, 1 punt tonight by Southside. That was the one that was inside the 40-yard line. Here's the kick. It's going to be fielded by Glacier at the 8-yard line. He's at the 10. He's at the 15. Boy, he is hit on the play and knocked down. We're trying to get it.
I think that was Leighton Johnson.
Yeah, I think that was Leighton Johnson that got him over there. I like this young man.
Yeah, I mean, he's fine for some more playing time. That was a heck of a hit.
Leighton Johnson.
Yeah, he's 5'10", 185-pound linebacker, sophomore. And this young man, yeah, he's...
You like those? That's right. You like those sophomores making plays like that.
I like what I see, and we've had a rough start here the first 2 games. Now, obviously, we've turned around tonight, but there's a lot of young talent on this team. There's the junior high. You've got a lot of young talent. I mean, Southside's got a chance to really have some good teams here in the next several years. I know Coach is really excited about it.
Absolutely.
Again, Zach Brown, your quarterback, 3:03 to go here. Calls out signals. It looks like they've got Qualls back in the ball game at tailback. Here's a handoff to Qualls. Yachts Qualls. He's going to be hit, gets away, will fall forward to the 30-yard line. Will gain 7 on the play, brings up 2nd down, 2nd and 3 for the War Eagles. I didn't see Qualls get hurt. Did he get hurt on the play earlier?
Well, he kind of walked off on his own power. Remember, he did have to come out of the game.
Now he's going to check out of the ball game again. I would kind of think he might be done for the night. Down 50-17. No reason to try to get him injured or anything late in the ball game. As Mendez checks back into the ball game. You can't even see him back there in the backfield. Here's a snap to Zach Brown. It's going to be a pass over the middle. Going to be, You couldn't have a better interception than that. The ball is dropped on the play. That was the defender over there. I believe that was Long. Way over there, had the ball.
Well, hit him in the hands.
Hit him right in the hands. Yeah. That's why he's a quarterback and not a receiver.
Well, and it was kind of lucky that it was really a bad pass because the receiver was running behind him wide open. If they'd put some air into the ball, it would have went over his head and been a long play.
Which is kind of surprising because we've seen the arm that Zach Brown has against third down, third and 3, 4 for Eagles. Here's a handoff to Mendez, who's hitting the backfield, going to be dropped as he gets back up, maybe a yard. The play brings up 4th down, 4th and 3. And be interested to see what Tony Travis does here. I think in this situation, just go for it.
No, you might as well just run the ball. It's 2 minutes left. Eat up some time on the clock. You know, those guys they're tired. They're ready to get out of here and make the trip up the hill.
Yeah, they got a little size in there now. Southside's got big old Trey Moore. He's 5'10", 320. You talk about
he's a big kid.
Yeah.
It's hard to miss him trotting out on the field.
He's one that I think was in the hole that met Mendez that time. Again, it'll be 4th and 2. Here's a quick slant pass going to be dropped on the play. Ball intended over there. Had an open receiver. Not sure if he'd have got the first down. That was Jay De La Rosa on the play. The ball goes incomplete. Southside will take over on downs. 2 series now. Southside is held on downs. You're getting a little momentum, Bo.
Yeah, you really are. You're getting it at the right time. And you mentioned I'm going to have to travel to Conway next week and play a tough team. So you're going to see a lot of good stuff on film, a lot of stuff you can build on. They're finding some stuff. I mean, I think, you know, the receiver is definitely the strength of this ball club. They're really going to be able to have some weapons they can go to next week.
And I even think, too, you talk about strength, I really think that combination of Ricardo Savoy and Brendan Ulrich is the strength of this team. Both those young men are solid running backs. The 1st and 10 for Southside as McBride will take a knee here, and they'll just go ahead and try to run the clock out if they can. 1:35 to go here. Southside leads 50-17. And Bo, a complete effort by the Mavericks tonight. And I think it goes back to offense controlling the ball game. They did that. Only 1 punt tonight. Every other possession was a score. Did a great job of mixing the pass with the run, getting the big plays, running the football. When that happens, give credit to that offensive line.
Yeah, I mean, they did exactly what they wanted to do tonight. Came out running the ball, established the tempo, established dominance on the line of scrimmage, and then started opening up the offense.
Yeah, Tristan Johnson will be back there. He's kind of the, what I call the frog man back there, the safety on the taking the knee, as I'm taking in the knee here.
Still some jawing and pushing and shoving going on out there.
Yeah, it's kind of late for that now, guys. You go ahead and run that down. They're down to 47. They'll probably have to run one more play, take one more knee, and that should be the ball game. I don't think that no reason for the War Eagles to take their time out. So this a good job by Jeff Williams. Though this game's going, just go ahead and run the clock out. Yeah. I like what Tony Travis did too, going for it on 4th down right there, because to me that kind of even tells, hey, I'm not quitting on you guys, even though you're down, 33 points. I'll take a knee here.
Exactly.
Should be able to run the clock out. A very well-rounded effort on both sides of the ball by the Mavs tonight, including special teams. Great job.
Absolutely. You can't complain about this as teams meet in midfield. I mean, that's just exactly what the Mavericks needed as we get ready to start conference play. And you can't say enough about how well the defense have played, coming off of 49, giving up 49 points.